You're exactly where you need to be right now. Settling into comfort as humans have for hundreds of thousands of years. Feel your body recognizing this moment, this time of rest, this ancient ritual of preparing for sleep. Your ancestors knew this feeling. Every single person who came before you experienced this same gentle transition from the noise of the day into the peace of the night. Tonight, we're going to journey back through time together, back to a world 400,000 years ago when there were no hospitals, no doctors, no pharmacies on every corner. And yet humans survived. They thrived. They healed from injuries that would send us rushing to emergency rooms today. They recovered from illnesses using nothing but the wisdom passed down through countless generations and the incredible intelligence of the human body itself. Picture this with me now. It's a clear night under African skies, 400,000 years in the past. The moon hangs full and bright above a small clearing in the grasslands. In the center of this clearing, the dying embers of a fire cast a warm, orange glow across the faces of a Homo heidelbergensis family. These are your ancestors. Not symbolic ancestors, but your actual, direct, genetic lineage. A child lies near the fire, her small chest rising and falling with labored breath. Her forehead glistens with fever. In our modern world, this would trigger immediate panic. We'd be reaching for thermometers, calling doctors, rushing to urgent care. But watch what happens here, in this ancient moment. An elder, the tribe's healer, moves with calm certainty. There's no panic in her eyes, only knowledge. Deep, ancient knowledge that has kept humans alive since before we could even speak in complex sentences. She places her weathered hand gently on the child's forehead. The touch itself carries medicine. Modern science now confirms what ancient humans always knew. Physical touch releases oxytocin, lowers cortisol, regulates body temperature, and creates a sense of safety that allows the immune system to function at its highest capacity. This elder's hand has touched hundreds of fevered foreheads. Each time she's witnessed the body's remarkable ability to heal itself when given the right support. You're safe here with me, learning what your ancestors knew. Feel yourself settling deeper into comfort as we explore this ancient wisdom together. Your body already understands what we're about to discover. It's been carrying this knowledge in your DNA for 400,000 years, just waiting for you to remember. The healer begins to hum. It's not a melody in the way we think of music today. It's something deeper, more primal. A vibration that matches the child's heartbeat, then gradually, almost imperceptibly, slows. The child's breathing begins to synchronize with this ancient rhythm. Heart rate variability studies today show that this kind of auditory entrainment can shift the nervous system from sympathetic stress response into parasympathetic healing mode in just minutes. But this elder didn't need studies. She knew it because it worked. Because she'd seen it work for decades. Because the elder who taught her had seen it work for decades before that. Around the fire, other members of the tribe maintain quiet watch. No one is scrolling through their phone, wondering what to do next. No one is anxious about tomorrow's deadlines. They're simply present, holding space for healing to occur, creating an environment of absolute safety through their calm, confident presence. This is the first healing secret that modern medicine has forgotten. We've forgotten that healing happens best in a state of profound relaxation and safety. We've created hospitals that are bright, loud, stressful, filled with beeping machines and fluorescent lights that disrupt our circadian rhythms. Ancient humans healed in darkness, quiet, surrounded by trusted faces and the gentle sounds of nature. Take a slow breath with me now. In through your nose, feeling your lungs expand with the same air that filled ancient lungs. Hold it for just a moment at the top, and release slowly through your mouth, letting any tension flow out with the exhale. This is ancient medicine, the breath. The first tool, the first pharmacy, the first healing modality humans ever discovered. The child's fever isn't being suppressed. It's being supported. The healer knows something that medical science took hundreds of years to rediscover. Fever isn't the enemy. Fever is the immune system's deliberate, intelligent response to infection. Raising body temperature makes it harder for pathogens to replicate while simultaneously speeding up immune cell production and activity. Every degree of fever represents your body getting smarter, stronger, more effective at eliminating threats. But modern medicine teaches us to fear fever, to suppress it immediately with medications. We've lost trust in the body's ancient wisdom. These prehistoric humans trusted it completely because they had no other choice, and their trust was rewarded with survival rates that allowed humanity to spread across the entire planet, surviving ice ages, droughts, predators, and diseases that would have wiped out any species without such remarkable self-healing capacity. As the night deepens, the healer prepares a simple drink, water from a nearby spring, mixed with leaves from a plant she knows well. We now know that plant-contained compounds similar to modern anti-inflammatory medications, but without the side effects that damage the stomach lining and kidneys. She didn't know the chemistry. She didn't need to. She knew it worked because she'd seen it work 1,000 times. The child drinks slowly, her small hands wrapped around the wooden cup. The liquid is warm, soothing, carrying not just medicinal compounds but also the comfort of routine, of being cared for, of belonging to a tribe that will never abandon her. Healing happened in the context of community. You were never sick alone. You were held, witnessed, supported through every moment of your recovery. Let's journey back together, discovering what they knew that we've forgotten. Each revelation bringing you deeper into comfort and rest. Your breathing naturally slowing. Your muscles naturally releasing tension. Your mind naturally wandering into that peaceful space between waking and sleeping, where ancient wisdom can speak directly to the part of you that already knows these truths. Tonight, as you prepare for rest, you carry the same immune system, the same healing capacity as these ancient survivors. Their wisdom lives in your DNA, waiting to be remembered. Every cell in your body contains instructions written over 400,000 years of successful healing. Instructions that kept your lineage alive through conditions we can barely imagine today. The first healing secrets saved their children from what we call incurable today. Not through magic, but through deep understanding of how the human body functions when given the right conditions. Conditions of safety, conditions of trust, conditions of community support, conditions of alignment with natural rhythms and cycles. You're joining thousands who discover this ancient wisdom each night. People all over the world settling into their own comfortable spaces, learning to trust their bodies again, learning to remember what was never truly forgotten, just temporarily obscured by the noise and fear of modern medical culture. Everything you learn tonight will help you sleep more deeply, because sleep itself is the ultimate healing modality, the state in which your body does its most profound repair work, the state ancient humans honored and protected, knowing that good sleep was the foundation of good health. As that ancient child's breathing settles into the peaceful rhythm of healing sleep, so does yours. Feel yourself held by 400,000 years of human experience. Feel yourself supported by the wisdom of countless generations who survived without the tools we think we can't live without. Feel yourself remembering that your body knows exactly what to do if you simply create the conditions for healing to occur naturally. Feel your body settling even deeper now, just as ancient humans did after long days of survival. Your muscles releasing, your breath slowing to match the ancient rhythm of healing and rest. There's nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to do. Just be here with me, traveling back through time to witness something remarkable. Dawn is breaking over an African savanna 350,000 years ago. The sky transforms from deep indigo to brilliant orange and gold. The air carries the scent of wet grass and distant rain. This is the world as it existed for hundreds of thousands of years before modern civilization. A world where every sunrise was witnessed, every sunset honored, and every healing was a testament to the body's incredible intelligence. A young hunter is returning to his tribe. He's been gone since before dawn, tracking antelope across the plains. The hunt was successful, but it came at a cost. During the final confrontation with the animal, he sustained a deep gash across his left forearm. The kind of wound that would have us in an emergency room today, getting stitches, receiving tetanus shots, being prescribed antibiotics and painkillers. But there is no emergency room. There are no stitches, no shots, no prescriptions. There is only the tribe's accumulated wisdom and the hunter's own body, which already knows exactly what to do. Watch what happens next with me. His hunting companion sees the wound immediately. There's no panic, no rushing around in confusion. Instead, there's calm, purposeful action, born from knowledge passed down through so many generations that its origins are lost to time. The companion leads the injured hunter to a specific location he knows well, a place where a small stream flows over smooth rocks. The wound is cleaned first, not with antiseptic solution from a bottle, but with clear, cold water that runs continuously over stones. We now know that moving water, especially water that flows over rocks, contains fewer pathogens than standing water. Ancient humans didn't know about pathogens, but they knew that wounds cleaned in running water healed better than wounds cleaned in still water. Observation and experience taught them what science would later confirm. Your body remembers this. Every cell carries instructions for self-healing that modern stress and artificial environments have simply put to sleep. But they're not gone. They're just waiting to be awakened, waiting for you to create the conditions that allow them to function as they were designed to function. The companion leaves the hunter resting by the stream and walks into the nearby forest with clear intention. He's looking for specific plants. Not random plants chosen out of desperation, but particular species he's been taught to recognize since childhood. His knowledge is encyclopedic. He knows which plants stop bleeding, which prevent infection, which reduce pain, which speed healing. This knowledge wasn't written in books. It was learned by touching, tasting, observing, experiencing, generation after generation adding to the collective understanding. He returns with several plants in his hands. Watch closely now as he prepares the medicine. First, he takes leaves from a plant we now know contains tannins, compounds that cause blood vessels to constrict and help blood clot faster. He chews these leaves, mixing them with his saliva, which itself contains healing enzymes, antibacterial compounds, and growth factors. Then he applies this mixture directly to the wound. Modern medical students might recoil at the thought of applying saliva to an open wound, but they'd be wrong. Human saliva has been shown to contain histatins, compounds that speed wound healing significantly. It contains epidermal growth factor that stimulates skin regeneration. It has natural antibacterial properties that protect against infection. Ancient humans used one of the most sophisticated healing compounds ever created, and it was available in unlimited supply, requiring no prescription, no payment, no insurance approval. Over this first layer, the companion applies a poultice made from another plant, one containing compounds similar to modern antibiotics. He binds everything in place with strips of bark from a specific tree, bark we now know has natural antiseptic properties. The bandage is firm but not tight, allowing circulation while protecting the wound from dirt and insects. Notice where you hold tension in your own body right now, maybe in your shoulders or your jaw or your lower back. Imagine ancient hands releasing that tension, one muscle at a time. Imagine the relief of pressure dissolving, of discomfort fading, of your body remembering how to relax completely. But the healing doesn't stop with physical treatment. The tribe gathers around the injured hunter. They begin to hum together, creating a sound that seems to vibrate through the ground itself. This isn't entertainment. This is medicine. We now know that certain frequencies of sound can reduce pain perception, lower stress hormones, and even accelerate tissue repair at the cellular level. Ancient humans discovered this through experimentation and observation, refining their techniques over thousands of generations. The hunter closes his eyes, his breathing synchronizing with the rhythm of the humming. His nervous system shifts from fight or flight mode into the parasympathetic state where healing happens most efficiently. His body begins directing resources toward wound repair. Blood flow to the injured area increases. Immune cells flood the site, beginning the complex process of cleaning, rebuilding, and protecting. As that ancient wound healed without antibiotics, your body is healing right now, in this moment of rest. Every time you breathe, every time your heart beats, your body is performing millions of repair operations, replacing damaged cells, fighting off potential infections, maintaining the delicate balance that keeps you alive and healthy. This is happening whether you're aware of it or not. But when you're aware of it, when you trust it, when you support it, through rest and relaxation, it happens even more effectively. Days pass. The hunter rests supported by his tribe. He doesn't return to full activity immediately. Ancient humans understood something modern culture has forgotten. Rest isn't laziness. Rest is medicine. The body heals faster when it's not simultaneously trying to perform physically demanding tasks. So the tribe brings the hunter food, keeps him company, tells stories that make him laugh and feel connected. Community support isn't just nice. It's physiologically necessary for optimal healing. The wound is checked daily. The poultice is changed, reapplied with fresh plants. If signs of infection appear, different plants are used, ones with stronger antimicrobial properties. The healer watches carefully, adjusting treatment based on how the body responds. This is personalized medicine in its purest form. Not protocols applied identically to everyone, but treatment tailored specifically to this person, this wound, this response. 2 weeks later, the hunter removes the final bandage. The wound has closed completely. The skin is still pink and new, but it's sealed, protected, healing from the inside out. There will be a scar, a reminder of the hunt, a mark of survival.
But there's no infection, no complications,
no chronic problems. The body did exactly what it was designed to do, given the right support and conditions. Your immune system has this same capability right now. The same cells, the same processes, the same remarkable intelligence that healed that hunter 350,000 years ago lives in you. When you cut your finger, you don't consciously direct the healing. You don't think about sending white blood cells to the area, or forming new skin cells, or creating scar tissue. Your body knows what to do automatically, perfectly, every single time. Archaeological evidence shows Ice Age fractures healed perfectly, some better than modern surgical repairs. Skulls showing successful brain surgery with bone regrowth around the surgical site. Teeth removed cleanly with minimal infection. Injuries that should have been fatal according to modern assumptions, yet these ancient people survived, healed, and lived for many more years. They didn't have advanced technology. They had something more powerful. They had complete trust in the body's healing intelligence. They had deep knowledge of supportive treatments. They had community care that provided the safety and rest necessary for recovery. And they had time. They understood that healing happens at its own pace and cannot be rushed without consequences. Breathe deeper now. Ancient healing flows through you with every inhale. With every exhale, let go of any fear about your body's ability to heal itself. Feel yourself supported by the unbroken chain of survival that led to your existence. Every single one of your ancestors healed from injuries, illnesses, infections. Every single one survived long enough to reproduce. You carry the genetic legacy of the most successful healers in history. As those ancient bones knitted themselves whole, your body repairs itself right now in sleep's healing darkness. Tonight, as you drift into deeper rest, your body will accelerate its repair processes. Growth hormone will peak, directing the rebuilding of damaged tissues. Your immune system will strengthen, cataloging threats and preparing defenses. Your brain will process and integrate everything you learned today, making you smarter, more resilient, better adapted to your environment. This is what happens every night when you sleep well. This is the ancient healing process that kept humanity alive for 400,000 years. And it's still working in you right now as your breathing slows and your consciousness gently fades toward the restorative darkness of deep sleep. Your body has never made a mistake.
Every fever has purpose.
Every symptom carries intelligence. Trust is flowing through you now like ancient wisdom, replacing the fear that modern medical culture has taught you to feel. Let's go deeper into the Ice Age together, inside a prehistoric shelter made of branches, animal hides, and dried grasses. The structure is surprisingly sophisticated, designed to maintain stable temperature while allowing smoke to escape through a carefully positioned opening at the top. In the center, a small fire provides warmth and light. A young child, perhaps 6 years old, lies on soft furs near the fire. Her body radiates heat, her cheeks are flushed. Her breathing is rapid and shallow. This is fever. In our modern world, this moment triggers immediate fear. We reach for thermometers to quantify the fever, as if the exact number determines whether our child is safe or in danger. We keep medications nearby, ready to suppress the fever the moment it crosses some arbitrary threshold we've been taught to fear. But watch the ancient healer's response. She enters the shelter with calm certainty. She places her hand on the child's forehead, not to check temperature, but to connect, to communicate safety, to let the child know that experienced wisdom is present. There's no fear in the healer's eyes.
Only understanding. This healer has witnessed hundreds of fevers.
She knows that fever is not the enemy attacking the child. Fever is the child's body mounting an intelligent, deliberate defense against an infection. She knows that suppressing fever too early can actually prolong illness and increase the risk of complications. Modern medical research has confirmed this ancient wisdom. Studies show that moderate fever speeds recovery and improves immune system memory, making the body better prepared for future infections. Feel your own temperature right now, perfect and self-regulating. Your body maintains an incredibly precise balance, adjusting constantly to internal and external conditions. This temperature regulation system is 400,000 years old, refined through countless generations to function with remarkable precision. Trust it. It knows what it's doing. The healer prepares her treatment, but her treatment isn't designed to stop the fever. It's designed to support the body through the fever, to make the child comfortable while her immune system does its crucial work. First, she offers water mixed with honey and specific herbs. The child drinks slowly. Hydration is essential during fever because elevated temperature increases fluid loss through breathing and sweating. The herbs serve multiple purposes. Some help maintain electrolyte balance. Others contain compounds that support immune function without suppressing it. Still others help the child relax, reducing the stress response that can interfere with healing. This is pharmaceutical sophistication without pharmaceutical side effects. Every ingredient serves a specific purpose based on thousands of years of observation and refinement. The healer places a cool cloth on the child's forehead, not to reduce the fever itself, but to provide comfort. The body has raised its core temperature deliberately, but the brain still appreciates the sensation of coolness on the skin. It's a way of saying to the primitive nervous system, "You're okay. You're being cared for." You can focus all your resources on healing. Around the shelter, the tribe maintains presence. The child's mother sits nearby, singing softly. The sound is soothing, repetitive, matching the rhythm of breathing and heartbeat. Other tribe members check in regularly, bringing food, adjusting the fire, offering quiet company.
No one is isolated in their illness.
Healing happens in the context of community care and connection. Place your hand on your heart now, if you'd like. Feel ancient strength there. Feel the power of an immune system that has defeated every threat your ancestors ever faced. Every virus, every bacteria, every parasite that tried to harm them was overcome. You exist because your immune system's ancestors won every single battle. That winning legacy lives in your cells right now. As the day progresses, the child's fever peaks. Her temperature reaches what modern parents would consider dangerous levels. But the healer remains calm because she understands the process. The body doesn't raise temperature arbitrarily. Research shows that many pathogens cannot replicate efficiently at elevated temperatures. Meanwhile, immune cells become more active and effective as temperature rises. Fever is biological warfare, and the human body knows exactly how to wage it. The tribe doesn't try to force the child to eat solid food. Ancient wisdom understood what modern science later proved. During fever, the body naturally reduces appetite because digestion requires significant energy resources. By not eating, the child's body can direct maximum resources toward immune function. The healer offers only liquids, broths made from bones and specific plants, providing minerals and nutrients without requiring heavy digestion. Night falls. The child's breathing begins to slow slightly. Her body temperature, having peaked, starts to gradually decline. This is the turning point the healer has been watching for. The immune system has won its battle. The fever has done its job. Now the body will naturally return to normal temperature as healing shifts into the recovery phase. By morning, the child's fever has broken completely. She wakes clear-headed, weak but recovering. The tribe celebrates this victory with quiet joy. Another threat overcome. Another demonstration of the body's remarkable healing capacity. Another child who will grow up trusting her own immune intelligence because she was supported through the process rather than taught to fear it. Your body protects you perfectly, even in deepest sleep. Right now, as you rest here with me, your immune system is actively patrolling, identifying and neutralizing potential threats before they can cause problems. This happens continuously automatically without your conscious awareness or control. It's been happening since before you were born and will continue until your last breath. Ancient humans knew that fever duration mattered more than fever height. A very high fever that breaks quickly is often less concerning than a moderate fever that persists for days. They watched for signs of dehydration, confusion, or seizure, all genuine danger signals. But they didn't fear fever itself. They worked with it, supported through it, trusted the process. The degree number doctors fear?
Ancients knew it was the healing point.
They understood that the discomfort of fever was a small price to pay for the powerful immune response it enabled. They knew that children who were allowed to experience and recover from fevers naturally often became healthier adults with more robust immune systems. Breathe deeper now with ancient rhythm. In for 4 counts, feeling cool air entering your lungs. Hold for 4 counts at the top. Out for 6 counts, feeling warm air leaving your body. This is the ancient breath, the rhythm that calms the nervous system and allows the body to focus on healing rather than stress response. As that child's fever broke naturally, your body maintains its perfect balance even as you drift deeper into rest. Every system calibrated precisely, every cell performing its function flawlessly.
Every breath bringing oxygen and removing waste.
Every heartbeat delivering nutrients and collecting debris. Your body is a miracle of biological engineering, refined over hundreds of thousands of years to survive and thrive under conditions we can barely imagine. Tonight,
as you sleep, trust the ancient intelligence that lives in every cell.
Trust the fever when it comes. Trust the body's wisdom. Trust the healing that happens naturally when you create the right conditions of rest, safety, and support. Your bones know how to rebuild themselves. They've known for 400,000 years. Feel that knowledge in your skeleton right now. The living framework that supports every movement, protects every vital organ, produces the blood cells that keep you alive. Ancient and powerful beyond measure. Journey with me now to a dramatic moment in prehistoric time. A skilled hunter, a man in his prime, is tracking mountain goats across steep terrain. A hunt requires courage and precision. One wrong step on these cliff faces could mean death. For hours, he's been climbing higher, getting closer to his prey. The tribe needs this meat.
Winter is coming, then it happens.
A rock gives way beneath his foot. For a moment, he's airborne, arms reaching for something, anything to grab. Then impact. He tumbles down the cliff face, body striking rocks and hard earth. When movement finally stops, he lies at the base of the cliff, conscious but in agony. His right leg is bent at an angle that makes the injury obvious to anyone who sees it. The femur, the strongest bone in the human body, has snapped. In our modern understanding, this is a catastrophic injury. A broken femur requires surgery, metal rods, plates, screws,
Months of recovery.
physical therapy. In the Ice Age, conventional wisdom says this should be a death sentence. How could anyone survive such an injury without modern orthopedic surgery? But watch what happens. Watch closely, because this is where ancient wisdom reveals its true sophistication. Other hunters who witness the fall reach him quickly. They assess the injury with experienced eyes.
There's no panic, no despair, only focused determination.
They've seen broken bones before.
They know what to do.
This knowledge has been refined over countless generations, passed from elder to youth, tested by necessity, proven by survival. First, they need to stabilize the leg. One hunter finds straight, strong branches of exactly the right length and thickness. Another begins stripping bark from a specific tree, bark that will remain flexible when wet but harden as it dries. A third hunter tears strips from an animal hide he carries. These aren't random materials grabbed in desperation. Each item is chosen based on precise understanding of its properties and how it will function in the treatment. Scan your body from toes to head now. Thank each part for its ancient wisdom. Thank your bones for their incredible strength and their even more incredible ability to repair themselves when damaged. Thank your muscles for supporting and protecting those bones. Thank your skin for holding everything together. Every part of you is a miracle of engineering that modern technology still cannot fully replicate. The hunters work together with practiced efficiency. Two of them carefully straighten the broken leg, a process that requires precise knowledge of anatomy and immense courage, for they know it causes terrible pain. But they also know that proper alignment is essential for proper healing. Modern orthopedic surgeons follow the same principle. The bone fragments must be positioned correctly, or the leg will heal crooked and weak. Once aligned, the branches are positioned along both sides of the leg. The bark strips are wrapped around the leg and splint, starting at the foot and working upward, each wrap overlapping the previous one. The technique is identical to modern casting, developed independently through observation and experimentation. As the bark dries over the next few hours, it will harden into a rigid structure that immobilizes the leg completely. The injured hunter is carefully positioned on a stretcher made of woven grasses and strong branches. This stretcher is another marvel of engineering, designed to distribute weight evenly and provide stability during transport. It can be carried by 4 people, allowing frequent rotation to prevent fatigue on the long journey back to camp. For the next 3 months, the injured hunter cannot walk. In our modern view, this sounds like a burden, perhaps even a death sentence in a survival society. But the tribe doesn't see it that way. They see it as temporary necessity. They carry him when the tribe moves to follow game or seek better camping grounds. They bring him food. They keep him company. They include him in decision-making and storytelling. His value to the tribe doesn't diminish because he's temporarily unable to hunt. This is a crucial lesson that modern society has forgotten. Healing requires time and rest. The body cannot repair major damage while simultaneously performing strenuous activity.
Ancient humans understood this instinctively.
They created social structures that allowed injured individuals to heal completely rather than rushing back to activity and risking incomplete recovery or re-injury. The healer prepares special food for the injured hunter. Bone broth simmered for days until the bones dissolve into the liquid, releasing calcium, phosphorus, collagen, and other nutrients essential for bone healing. Specific plants known to reduce inflammation and support tissue repair. The diet isn't random. It's targeted nutritional therapy based on generations of observation about what foods help bones heal faster and stronger. As those ancient bones knitted themselves whole, your body repairs itself right now in sleep's healing darkness. Even if you've never broken a bone, your body is constantly repairing micro-damage to your skeleton. Every time you move, tiny stress fractures form and are immediately repaired, making your bones stronger and more resilient. This process happens continuously throughout your life, keeping your skeleton healthy and functional. Weeks pass. The hunter's pain gradually subsides. He can feel changes in his leg, subtle sensations of healing happening beneath the splint. The tribe checks the splint regularly, adjusting it as swelling decreases, ensuring it remains snug but not too tight. They watch for signs of poor circulation or infection. Their diagnostic skills are sophisticated, born from necessity, and honed through experience. After 3 months, the splint is carefully removed. The healer examines the leg thoroughly, pressing gently along the length of the femur, checking for any instability or remaining pain. The bone has healed. Not just partially, but completely. Archaeological evidence confirms this isn't fiction. Researchers have found Ice Age skeletons showing perfectly healed fractures, some so clean that only close examination reveals they ever occurred. The hunter begins rehabilitation. At first, just gentle weight-bearing while supported by others, then short walks with a walking stick, gradually increasing distance and difficulty. The tribe doesn't rush this process. They understand that bone healing happens in stages and that full strength returns only with careful, progressive stress on the healing tissue. Within 6 months of the injury, the hunter is back to full activity. He climbs the same cliffs, hunts the same game, contributes fully to tribal survival. The only evidence of his injury is a slightly thickened area on his femur, where the bone healed stronger than it was before the break. This is the body's wisdom. It doesn't just repair damage, it reinforces the area to prevent future breaks. Scientists found 200,000-year-old skulls showing brain surgery survival, evidence of successful tooth removals, amputations that healed cleanly, complex fractures that mended perfectly. Every archaeological discovery reveals more, evidence of sophisticated medical knowledge and the body's remarkable capacity for self-repair when given proper support. You're part of this unbroken chain of survivors. Every ancestor in your lineage healed from injuries, survived illnesses, overcame obstacles that would seem insurmountable without modern medicine. Their resilience lives in you. Their healing capacity is your healing capacity. Their trust in the body's intelligence can be your trust too. Breathe deeper with ancient healing flowing through you. Feel the strength in your bones. Feel the power in your ability to repair and rebuild. Feel yourself held by 400,000 years of survival wisdom, carried forward through time to this moment, this breath, this perfect state of rest and restoration. Ancient humans walked through living pharmacies daily. Every forest, every meadow, every stream side held medicines more powerful than anything in modern drugstores. And they knew them all. Imagine breathing in forest air right now. Ancient medicine entering your lungs with each breath. Compounds that have protected human health for hundreds of thousands of years. Follow an ancient healer through a prehistoric forest at dawn. The air is cool and moist, carrying the scent of earth and growing things. Mist rises from the ground, creating an ethereal atmosphere where trees appear and disappear like ghosts. This healer is an older woman, perhaps 60 years old, which makes her remarkably old for this time. Her longevity itself is testament to the effectiveness of the knowledge she carries. She walks with purpose but without hurry. Her eyes scan the forest floor, the tree trunks, the low-hanging branches. She's reading the landscape like we might read a book. Every plant tells her something: where it grows, when it fruits, what it can do for human health. This is her pharmacy, and she knows the location and properties of every medicine it contains. Back at camp, a young man suffers from a severe infection. 3 days ago, he sustained a wound during a hunting accident. It seemed minor at first, just a deep cut on his forearm from a sharp stone. The wound was cleaned and bound. But now, despite treatment, the wound has become hot, red, and swollen. Red streaks are beginning to spread up his arm toward his heart. In modern medical terms, he has a serious bacterial infection that's progressing toward sepsis. Without antibiotics, this infection could kill him.
That's what we've been taught to believe.
That bacterial infections required the discovery of penicillin and modern antibiotics to treat effectively. But here's what we've forgotten. Plants have been fighting bacteria for millions of years longer than humans have existed. They've evolved chemical defenses of extraordinary sophistication, and ancient humans learned to harness these defenses for their own healing. The healer stops beside a fallen log covered in mushrooms. Not the common mushrooms that grow everywhere, but a specific species she's been seeking. These mushrooms contain compounds that modern science has confirmed are powerful antibiotics. Some studies show them more effective than synthetic antibiotics against certain bacterial strains, with the added benefit of supporting rather than destroying the beneficial bacteria in the gut. She carefully harvests the mushrooms, taking only what she needs and leaving enough for the forest to regenerate. This isn't just courtesy, it's survival wisdom. The forest is the tribe's pharmacy. Overharvesting any plant could mean that medicine isn't available when desperately needed in the future. Ancient humans practiced sustainable harvesting thousands of years before the term was invented. Imagine the weeds in your yard right now. 3 of them are ancient infection fighters. Plants that modern culture dismisses as nuisances are actually powerful medicines. Plantain, that common weed that grows in every lawn, contains antibacterial compounds and chemicals that reduce inflammation and speed wound healing. Dandelion, another despised weed, supports liver function and helps the body detoxify. Clover contains compounds that improve circulation and support immune function. The healer continues her journey, stopping to collect several more plants. She takes leaves from a tree whose bark we now know contains salicylic acid, the compound from which aspirin was derived. She gathers flowers from a plant rich in antimicrobial essential oils. She carefully cuts a piece of resin from a specific tree, resin that has powerful antiseptic properties and can seal wounds better than modern bandages. Each plant is chosen for a specific reason. This isn't folk medicine based on superstition. It's sophisticated pharmaceutical science developed through trial and error over thousands of generations. When a plant worked, people remembered. When it didn't work, they tried something else. Over centuries and millennia, they assembled a pharmacopoeia of remarkable effectiveness. The healer returns to camp as the sun rises above the trees. The young man with the infection looks worse. His skin is pale and clammy. His breathing is rapid. Fever has set in. The infection is winning. In a modern hospital, he'd be started on intravenous antibiotics immediately. Here, he has only the plants the healer carries and the wisdom she possesses. Watch what happens next. Watch closely, because this is where ancient knowledge demonstrates its true power. The healer crushes the mushrooms into a paste, working them with practiced hands until they reach the perfect consistency. She adds drops of water from a sacred spring, water that flows over specific mineral-rich rocks. Modern analysis would show this water contains trace elements that enhance the absorption and effectiveness of the medicinal compounds. To this paste, she adds powdered bark from the tree she visited earlier. The combination creates a synergy where each component enhances the others. This is pharmaceutical compounding at its most sophisticated. No laboratory, no equipment, just deep knowledge of how different plant medicines work together to create effects more powerful than any single ingredient alone. The infected wound is carefully unwrapped. The sight would concern any modern doctor. The tissue around the wound is badly inflamed. Pus indicates active bacterial infection. The red streaks have spread further up the arm, but the healer shows no fear. She's treated infections like this many times before. She knows what to do. First, she cleans the wound again with water containing crushed leaves from a plant we now know has powerful antiseptic properties. The cleaning is thorough, removing all the dead tissue and pus that could harbor bacteria. Then she applies the mushroom paste directly into and around the wound, ensuring complete coverage of all infected tissue. Over this, she places a layer of the tree resin she collected. The resin serves multiple purposes. It seals the wound from external contamination. It contains its own antibacterial compounds, and it creates an environment that prevents oxygen from reaching certain types of bacteria that need oxygen to survive. Modern medicine calls this creating an anaerobic environment. Ancient healers simply knew it worked. The entire treatment is wrapped with fresh leaves from a plant that will keep the area moist while allowing some air circulation. The balance is crucial. Too much moisture promotes bacterial growth. Too little causes the wound to dry out and healing to slow. The leaves chosen maintain perfect humidity levels naturally. But the treatment doesn't end with the topical application. The healer prepares a tea from several of the plants she collected. This tea will work from the inside, supporting the immune system's fight against the infection. One plant in the mixture is what we'd now call an immunostimulant. It increases white blood cell production and activity. Another plant supports liver function, helping the body process and eliminate bacterial toxins. A third plant reduces fever and inflammation without suppressing the immune response. The young man drinks the bitter tea slowly. The taste is unpleasant, but he trusts the healer completely. This trust itself is medicine. Modern research on the placebo effect has shown that belief in treatment significantly improves outcomes. When you trust that you're being healed, your nervous system shifts into parasympathetic mode, allowing immune function to operate at peak efficiency. Throughout the day, the tribe maintains watch over the young man. They tell stories to keep his spirits up. They ensure he stays hydrated. They adjust his position to keep him comfortable. They create an environment of absolute safety and support. This community care is as important as the plant medicines. Healing happens best when the body feels safe, protected, and connected. As evening approaches, something remarkable happens. The young man's fever begins to break. His skin, which was hot to the touch just hours ago, starts to cool. His breathing slows and deepens. When the healer checks the wound, the angry red color has faded slightly. The infection is being defeated. The combination of plant antibiotics and the body's own immune response is winning the battle. Over the next 3 days, the improvement continues. Each time the healer changes the bandage, the wound looks better. The swelling decreases. The redness fades.
New healthy tissue begins to form.
Within a week, the infection is completely gone. Within 2 weeks, the wound has closed. Within a month, only a faint scar remains as evidence that a life-threatening infection ever occurred. The 3 plants they used, they're legal, available, and scientifically proven effective. They grow wild in forests and fields across most of the world. Modern pharmaceutical companies have studied them, isolated their active compounds, and confirmed what ancient humans knew through direct experience. These plants work. They kill bacteria. They support immune function. They speed healing. Tonight, as you sleep, remember that nature is your pharmacy. The same compounds that saved that young man's life are still available today. The same healing wisdom that kept humanity alive for 400,000 years is still accessible. You don't need permission from insurance companies or prescriptions from doctors to use many of these medicines. You need only knowledge and the willingness to trust in natural healing. Feel yourself breathing in the essence of that ancient forest. Every breath carries molecules from plants that have protected human health since before we were fully modern humans. Your lungs recognize these compounds. Your immune system knows how to work with them. Your body remembers the partnership between humans and plants that sustained life for hundreds of thousands of years, the healer knew 847 medicinal plants. According to anthropological studies of modern hunter-gatherer societies, we've rediscovered and scientifically validated 92 of them. That means there are hundreds of medicines still growing wild, still waiting to be remembered, still offering their healing gifts to any human willing to learn their properties and respect their power. As that infection cleared under ancient care, your immune system stands guard while you sleep peacefully. Right now, at this very moment, your white blood cells are patrolling your body, identifying and neutralizing potential threats. If bacteria enter through a cut or your respiratory system, your immune cells will recognize them immediately and mount a coordinated defense. This defense system is the same one that protected your ancestors. It's been tested by 400,000 years of survival challenges. It works. Relax your jaw now. Release tension that humanity has carried too long. Feel the ancient partnership between your body and the natural world. Feel yourself supported by the intelligence of plants that evolved alongside humans, developing compounds that protect both species from common bacterial threats. Feel yourself part of the web of life that has sustained and healed humanity since the beginning. Forest sounds layer around you now in your imagination. Bird calls echoing through trees. Wind rustling leaves, water flowing over stones. These are the sounds ancient healers heard as they gathered medicines. These are the sounds that accompanied healing for hundreds of thousands of years. Let them soothe you. Let them remind you of the deep connection between human health and the natural world. Your saliva heals your mouth all night through ancient chemistry at work. The same enzymes and compounds that the ancient healer used when she chewed leaves to prepare medicine exist in your mouth right now. Every time you sleep, these compounds work to prevent infection, repair minor damage to your gums and oral tissues, and maintain the healthy bacterial balance that protects your teeth and throat. Sleep deeper now, knowing you carry a pharmacy within your own body, knowing that the natural world offers healing beyond anything modern medicine has created, knowing that your ancestors survived diseases, infections, and injuries that would seem impossible to overcome without modern intervention. They survived because they understood what we're just beginning to remember. The body knows how to heal, plants know how to help, and together they form a healing partnership more sophisticated than any laboratory could create. As consciousness softens and sleep approaches, carry this ancient wisdom with you into dreams. Let your subconscious mind integrate the knowledge that healing is your birthright, that your body possesses intelligence beyond modern understanding, and that nature provides everything necessary for human health and survival. Tomorrow, you'll wake carrying this wisdom more deeply. Tomorrow, you'll trust your body's intelligence a little more. Tomorrow, you'll see the world around you as what it truly is, a living pharmacy that has sustained human life since the beginning of our species. Breathe slowly now, in through your nose, drawing in healing. Out through your mouth, releasing any remaining doubt or fear. Ancient healing flows with every breath. Ancient wisdom guides you into the restorative darkness of deep sleep. You are safe. You are held. You are healing, just as humans have for 400,000 years. Birth is the most natural event in existence.
Ancient mothers knew no fear of it.
Feel that primal power in your own body right now, regardless of whether you've given birth or not. This is the life force that created you, that flows through you, that connects you to every human who has ever lived. Let's journey together to one of the most sacred moments in ancient human life. A pregnant woman's time has arrived. She's been carrying this child for 9 full moons, feeling its movements, preparing herself mentally and physically for this moment. The tribe has been preparing too. This birth isn't just one woman's experience. It's a community event, a moment when new life enters the tribe, and everyone plays a role in welcoming it. The birthing space has been prepared with great care. Soft moss collected from the forest floor creates a cushioned surface. Warm stones heated in the fire provide gentle warmth. Animal furs offer comfort and insulation. Everything is arranged to create an environment of safety, privacy, and peace. The lighting is dim, just firelight and the soft glow of dawn beginning to break outside. Around the laboring woman, a circle of experienced mothers sits. These are women who have given birth themselves, some multiple times.
They know what she's experiencing.
They know what's normal and what requires intervention. They know how to support without interfering, how to help without taking over. This is wisdom you can't learn from books or medical training. This is wisdom earned through personal experience and passed down through generations of women supporting women. Breathe with the rhythm of life itself now. In and out like waves on an ancient shore. Feel how your breath naturally wants to deepen, to slow, to match the eternal rhythm of creation and rest. This is the breath that has accompanied every birth in human history. The breath that calms, centers, and empowers. The laboring woman moves freely, following her body's instincts. Sometimes she squats, allowing gravity to help. Sometimes she kneels, supporting herself on her hands. Sometimes she stands, swaying her hips in movements that help the baby descend. No one tells her to lie flat on her back. That position, the one used in most modern hospitals, is actually one of the worst positions for giving birth. It works against gravity and compresses major blood vessels. Ancient women knew this instinctively. One of the elder women massages the laboring mother's lower back, applying pressure to specific points that relieve pain. Modern science has confirmed these are real acupressure points that trigger endorphin release and block pain signals. Another woman offers sips of water and honey to maintain energy and hydration.
A third maintains the fire, keeping the space warm and preparing hot water for when the baby arrives. The laboring woman makes sounds.
Deep, primal sounds that come from somewhere beyond conscious thought.
No one tells her to be quiet.
No one tells her she's being too loud. These sounds are medicine. They help her manage pain. They keep her breathing deeply. They release tension and fear. The other women sometimes join in, humming or chanting softly, creating a sonic environment that supports and surrounds the laboring mother. Hours pass. Labor is work, real physical work that requires strength, endurance, and surrender. The contractions come in waves, each one bringing the baby closer. Between contractions, the woman rests, conserving energy for the next wave. The supporting women watch carefully, noting the progress, reading the signs that tell them how labor is advancing, safe and held, as humans have always been. You are connected right now to every woman who has ever labored, every mother who has ever brought new life into the world. This unbroken chain stretches back 400,000 years, millions of successful births, each one a testament to the body's remarkable design. As labor intensifies, the woman moves into a squatting position, supported by two of the elder women. This position opens the pelvis to its maximum diameter, giving the baby the most room to pass through. It also allows the mother to use her abdominal muscles most effectively. Studies comparing birth positions have shown that squatting can reduce labor time and reduce the need for intervention. The moment arrives. The baby's head crowns, stretching tissue in a sensation that ancient midwives called the ring of fire. The laboring woman pants, resisting the urge to push too hard, allowing her body to stretch gradually to prevent tearing. The elder women guide her, their hands ready to receive the baby, their voices calm and encouraging. Then, in a rush of fluid and relief, the baby emerges into waiting hands.
Hands that have caught hundreds of babies.
Hands that know exactly how to support the head, how to clear the airways, how to stimulate breathing if needed. The baby takes its first breath and releases its first cry. That sound, that miraculous sound of new life declaring its arrival, brings tears to every eye in the birthing space. The baby is immediately placed on its mother's chest. Skin-to-skin contact that regulates the baby's temperature, heart rate, and breathing. That triggers hormones in both mother and baby that facilitate bonding and breastfeeding. That provides the baby with beneficial bacteria from the mother's skin. Modern hospitals are finally rediscovering this practice after decades of immediately separating mothers and babies. The umbilical cord is not cut immediately. The elder women wait until it stops pulsing, allowing all the blood and nutrients from the placenta to transfer to the baby. This practice, which ancient peoples knew instinctively, provides the baby with extra blood volume, iron stores, and stem cells. Modern research has confirmed that delayed cord clamping improves infant health outcomes significantly. When the cord has finished pulsing, it's cut using a sharp stone tool that has been heated in the fire for sterilization. A specific plant fiber is used to tie off the cord, plant fiber that contains natural antibacterial properties. The stump will dry and fall off naturally within days with minimal risk of infection. The placenta is delivered in a final series of contractions. The elder women examine it carefully, ensuring it's complete and healthy. In many ancient cultures, the placenta was buried in a special place or ceremonially honored, recognizing it as the organ that sustained the baby's life for 9 months. Modern placentopathy practices are rediscovering the nutritional and hormonal benefits of consuming the placenta after birth, something many traditional cultures practiced routinely. As new life entered the world through ancient wisdom, you're being reborn into restful sleep. Feel yourself letting go of everything that doesn't serve you. Feel yourself opening to rest as that new mother opened to birth. Feel yourself held and supported as that baby was held in its first moments of life. Indigenous tribes using traditional birthing methods have lower maternal mortality rates than many modern hospitals. This isn't because modern medicine is bad. It's because natural birth, when allowed to proceed without unnecessary intervention, is remarkably safe. The body knows how to give birth. Women's bodies have been successfully doing this for hundreds of thousands of years. The new mother is given a special broth made from specific organs and herbs known to support recovery, reduce bleeding, and promote milk production. She's surrounded by women who will help her learn to breastfeed, who will care for the baby while she rests, who will support her through the vulnerable postpartum period. She will not be expected to return to normal activities immediately. She will be honored as someone who just performed one of life's most important and demanding tasks. The position hospitals use? It's only 200 years old and makes birth harder. It was developed for the convenience of doctors, not the benefit of mothers. For 400,000 years before that, women gave birth in positions that worked with their bodies, not against them. They gave birth surrounded by experienced women, not sterile equipment. They gave birth trusting their bodies completely because they had no other choice.
And it worked.
Humanity not only survived but thrived. Tonight, as you drift deeper into rest, remember that your body carries the wisdom of 400,000 years of successful births. Whether you ever give birth or not, you are the result of an unbroken chain of successful births. Every single one of your ancestors was born and survived. That is the legacy you carry. That is the strength that lives in your cells. That is the trust you can have in the body's natural wisdom and design. Your teeth contain minerals from ancient seas. They know how to stay strong. Run your tongue across them now, gently, feeling the smooth enamel that is the hardest substance your body produces. These teeth are living organs, constantly maintaining and repairing themselves when given the right conditions. An elder in an Ice Age tribe, perhaps 70 years old, suddenly develops severe tooth pain. In the back of his mouth, a molar has cracked, exposing the sensitive inner layers. The pain is intense, radiating through his jaw and up into his temple. Eating becomes difficult. Sleep becomes elusive. This is a crisis that demands treatment. Modern dentistry would handle this with X-rays, local anesthesia, possibly a root canal, or extraction using sophisticated tools and sterile techniques. But watch what ancient healers could accomplish with seemingly primitive methods. Watch how they combined anatomical knowledge, plant medicine, and precise technique to solve dental problems that we assume require modern technology. The tribe's healer examines the tooth carefully, using clean fingers to probe and assess. She can feel that the crack extends below the gum line. This tooth cannot be saved.
It must be removed.
In our modern understanding, tooth extraction requires specialized training, proper instruments, anesthesia, and antibiotics. But ancient healers performed successful extractions regularly with remarkably low rates of complications. Relax your jaw now. Release tension. Humanity has carried too long. Feel your teeth settling naturally into place. Feel your bite relaxing. Feel the muscles of your face softening. So much tension lives in the jaw, tension from stress, from modern diets that require excessive chewing, from anxiety that makes us clench unconsciously. First, the healer prepares a numbing paste. She crushes specific leaves and roots, plants that contain natural analgesic compounds. Modern research has identified these plants and confirmed they contain chemicals similar to modern local anesthetics. The paste is packed around the painful tooth and into the surrounding gum tissue. Within minutes, the area begins to numb. The elder can still feel pressure, but the sharp pain dulls significantly. While waiting for the numbing effect to take full hold, the healer selects her tools. These aren't crude rocks grabbed randomly. These are carefully shaped instruments created specifically for dental work. One tool is pointed, designed to work the tooth loose from the surrounding bone. Another is shaped like pliers, designed to grip the tooth firmly for extraction. These tools have been made, used, and refined over generations. They represent sophisticated understanding of what's needed for successful dental procedures. The extraction begins. The healer works the pointed tool around the tooth, carefully separating the periodontal ligaments that attach tooth to bone. This requires precise knowledge of anatomy. Too much force in the wrong direction could shatter the tooth or damage the jaw. Too little force would leave the tooth firmly rooted. She works with practiced confidence, the movements of someone who has done this many times before. When the tooth has been sufficiently loosened, the healer uses her gripping tool to take hold and begin the extraction. With steady, firm pressure and a slight rotating motion, the tooth begins to move. The elder feels pressure and the strange sensation of something shifting that should be firmly anchored, but the numbing paste has done its work. There's no sharp pain, only the unsettling but manageable feeling of dental work being performed. With a final pull and twist, the tooth comes free. The healer immediately packs the socket with a mixture of medicines. One plant stops bleeding by promoting clotting. Another prevents infection with antimicrobial compounds. A third reduces inflammation and pain. The combination is held in place with a small piece of clean animal hide that the elder can bite down on to maintain pressure. Cavities? They were rare until agriculture changed human diets 10,000 years ago. Archaeological studies of pre-agricultural human remains show remarkably healthy teeth. Cavities were uncommon. Gum disease was rare. Tooth loss was usually due to injury rather than decay. The ancient diet of meat, vegetables, fruits, and nuts provided all the nutrients teeth needed while requiring chewing that naturally cleaned teeth and strengthened jaws. When agriculture was adopted and diets shifted to include large amounts of grains and starches, human dental health plummeted. Suddenly, skeletons show extensive cavities, abscesses, and premature tooth loss. The soft, sticky, carbohydrate-rich foods of agricultural diets created perfect conditions for cavity-causing bacteria while reducing the natural cleaning that occurred with the ancient diet. But even ancient humans occasionally developed dental problems, and they had solutions. For cavities, they used pastes containing tree resins that sealed and protected damaged enamel. Some of these resins contained natural antibacterial compounds that prevented decay from progressing. For gum disease, they used specific plant rinses that reduced inflammation and killed harmful bacteria.
These weren't superstitious folk remedies.
They were effective treatments based on observation and experimentation. The elder's tooth socket heals remarkably well. The healer checks it daily, replacing the medicine as needed. Within 3 days, the bleeding has completely stopped, and healthy tissue is beginning to fill the socket. Within a week, the elder can chew carefully on that side. Within 2 weeks, the socket is completely healed, filled with bone and covered with healthy gum tissue. Modern dental research has studied ancient extraction sites found in prehistoric skeletons. They show remarkably clean healing with minimal signs of infection or complications. This success rate seems impossible without antibiotics and sterile techniques, but it's documented in the archaeological record. Ancient healers achieved it through careful technique, effective plant medicines, and post-procedure care. Your saliva heals your mouth all night. Ancient chemistry at work. Saliva contains enzymes that break down food particles and bacteria. It contains antibodies that fight infection. It contains minerals that remineralize tooth enamel, actually repairing early decay. It contains growth factors that speed healing of damaged tissue. Your mouth is constantly maintaining and repairing itself using the same chemicals and processes that protected your ancestors' oral health. Ancient humans also practiced preventive dental care. They used specific twigs as toothbrushes, choosing species whose fibers naturally cleaned while releasing beneficial oils. Archaeological evidence shows wear patterns on ancient teeth consistent with regular cleaning. Some cultures used abrasive pastes made from crushed shells or minerals to remove plaque buildup. Others used plant-based mouth rinses to reduce harmful bacteria. The most important preventive measure was diet. Without processed sugars, without refined carbohydrates, without soft foods that stick to teeth, the ancient diet naturally promoted oral health. Chewing fibrous vegetables and tough meat mechanically cleaned teeth. The minerals in wild foods supported strong enamel. The lack of simple sugars gave cavity-causing bacteria little fuel to multiply. Ancient diets kept teeth stronger for 80 years without toothpaste or dental appointments. Skulls of elderly individuals from hunter-gatherer societies often showed teeth worn down from decades of use, but still firmly rooted and free of decay. These people died with functional teeth, still able to eat the full range of foods their diet included. Tonight, trust your body's ancient wisdom to maintain your oral health. Your saliva works most actively during sleep, bathing your teeth in protective, healing compounds. Your jaw muscles relax during deep sleep, releasing tension and promoting healthy circulation to dental tissues. Your body knows how to take care of your teeth. It's been doing it successfully for 400,000 years. Breathe deeper now, letting your jaw hang loose and comfortable. Feel ancient strength in your teeth, ancient wisdom in your body's ability to maintain and repair itself. Feel yourself supported by the knowledge that every challenge humans have faced, including dental problems, was solved long before modern technology. Feel yourself drifting into the restorative sleep where your body does its deepest healing work. Ancient humans rarely suffered anxiety or depression. Their lifestyle was the medicine. Feel yourself part of something larger now, connected across time to your ancient family. Feel the loneliness and isolation of modern life beginning to dissolve as you remember that you belong to something much bigger than yourself. Let's observe a typical day in tribal life, because in this rhythm, in this structure, lies one of the most important secrets of human mental health. Secrets that modern psychology is only beginning to rediscover after decades of focusing primarily on individual therapy and pharmaceutical interventions. Morning arrives with the sun. There are no alarm clocks, no jarring wake-up calls that spike cortisol and start the day with stress. Ancient humans woke gradually as light increased, their circadian rhythms perfectly synchronized with the solar cycle. This natural waking process allows consciousness to return gently, brain chemistry to adjust naturally, and the body to transition smoothly from sleep to waking states. The tribe rises together. Morning is a time of purpose and activity. Some members head out to hunt, others to gather plant foods. Everyone has meaningful work to do, work that directly contributes to survival, work whose results are immediately visible. You hunt successfully, the tribe eats. You gather effectively, the tribe has plant foods for days. The connection between effort and outcome is direct and satisfying. This matters more than we realize. Modern work often feels meaningless. We perform tasks whose ultimate purpose is unclear. We work for money that we exchange for things we need. The chain between our efforts and our survival has become so long and complex that our primitive brain struggles to find meaning in it. Ancient humans never had this problem. Every day's work had clear, immediate meaning. You belong here. You've always belonged. Feel that truth settling into your bones. You are not separate or isolated. You are part of an unbroken chain of human connection stretching back 400,000 years. Every moment of your life is held within that vast web of belonging. By midday, hunting and gathering parties return. The tribe shares food communally. Not just the food, but the stories of how it was obtained. The successful hunter describes the tracking, the approach, the kill. Others listen, learn, celebrate the success. The gatherers show the plants they found, teach the younger members which ones to seek and which to avoid. Knowledge flows naturally through storytelling and demonstration. Afternoon is time for crafts and maintenance, making tools, repairing shelters, working hides into leather. But this isn't solitary work. People sit together, working side by side, talking, laughing, singing. Even skilled work that requires concentration happens in community context. The master toolmaker works while apprentices watch and learn. The experienced leather worker teaches younger members the techniques. Physical touch is constant throughout the day. Greetings involve embraces. Sitting together means bodies in contact. Working together means hands helping hands. Children are carried, held, passed between adults. No one spends long periods without physical contact with other humans. Modern neuroscience has proven that physical touch regulates nervous systems, reduces stress hormones, increases oxytocin and serotonin, and is essential for mental health. Ancient humans got therapeutic doses of touch every single day. As evening approaches, the pace naturally slows. The tribe gathers around the fire. This is time for stories, for music, for dance. The day's experiences are processed through narrative. Conflicts are addressed directly in group discussion. Decisions about tomorrow are made collectively. Everyone has a voice.
Everyone is heard.
This nightly processing prevents the accumulation of unresolved stress and interpersonal tension. Watch how a troubled youth is handled. A young man has been withdrawn, irritable, not participating fully in tribal activities. In modern society, this might be diagnosed as depression and treated with medication and individual therapy. But watch the ancient approach. The elders notice. They don't ignore the problem or hope it resolves itself. They take action, but not through isolation and clinical intervention. Instead, they increase connection. The young man is invited to join a hunting party with experienced hunters who tell stories and jokes, drawing him into conversation. He's given a specific task in preparing for an upcoming tribal gathering, something important that requires his contribution. He's included more deliberately in evening discussions, his opinions sought and valued. The 5 factors preventing ancient depression: purpose, community, physical activity, sunlight exposure, and secure social bonds. You can recreate 4 of these tonight. Purpose can be cultivated by identifying meaningful work. Community can be built by deliberately connecting with others. Physical activity can be incorporated into daily routine. Sunlight exposure requires simply going outside. The 5th factor, secure social bonds, develops naturally when we prioritize the other 4. Modern hunter-gatherer tribes, studied by anthropologists, show depression rates around 1/50th of industrial societies. Anxiety disorders are nearly unknown. Serious mental illness exists but is rare. The lifestyle itself functions as preventive medicine for most mental health challenges. Not because life is easy or stress-free, but because the social structure and daily rhythm support mental health naturally. Loneliness is acknowledged in ancient tribes. The solution is always connection. Someone grieving the loss of a loved one isn't left alone to process their emotions. They're surrounded, held, supported through the grieving process. Someone struggling with fear or uncertainty is given reassurance through increased proximity to trusted tribe members. Problems are never faced alone. Modern mental health treatment is finally recognizing what ancient humans knew instinctively. Connection heals. Purpose matters. Physical movement regulates mood.
Natural light affects brain chemistry.
Secure relationships are protective against mental illness. We're rediscovering these truths through expensive research when they were simply the fabric of daily life for most of human history. The troubled young man begins to improve, not through medication or therapy sessions, but through increased meaningful engagement. He starts participating in activities again. His mood lifts. His sense of purpose returns. Within weeks, he's fully integrated back into tribal life. The episode resolved through what we'd now call community-based intervention. Ancient tribes had rituals for transitioning between life stages. Becoming an adult involved ceremony and clear recognition. Becoming an elder involved honored roles and continued importance to the tribe. These transitions prevented the identity crises that plague modern individuals who lack clear markers of growth and belonging. Thousands sleep better learning this with you tonight. People across the world who are recognizing that modern isolation and disconnection are making us sick. People who are deliberately rebuilding community, seeking purpose, increasing physical activity, and prioritizing connection. The solutions to modern mental health challenges aren't primarily pharmaceutical. They're primarily social and lifestyle-based. You're part of something larger now, connected across time to your ancient family, connected in this moment to everyone else seeking these truths, connected to the timeless human need for belonging, purpose, and secure social bonds. Feel that connection supporting you, holding you, reminding you that you're never truly alone. As they found peace in community, you find peace in this moment, held by ancient wisdom. Feel your nervous system settling. Feel anxiety dissolving in the recognition that you belong to something vast and enduring. Feel depression's weight lifting as you remember that your life has meaning and purpose connected to the larger human story. Tonight, as you sleep, your brain will process and integrate these insights. You'll wake tomorrow with deeper understanding of what you need for mental well-being. You'll see your connections to others more clearly. You'll recognize opportunities for meaningful purpose. You'll trust more fully in your belonging to the human family that stretches across all time. Sleep now, held safely in that ancient embrace. Ancient humans endured injuries that would hospitalize us and thrived. They had no access to modern painkillers, no opioids, no synthetic medications. Yet they managed pain effectively enough to remain functional, to heal, to continue contributing to their tribes. The methods they used represent sophisticated understanding of neuroscience and physiology, arrived at through experimentation and observation rather than formal scientific study. A warrior returns from territorial conflict with an arrow wound through his shoulder. The arrow has been removed, but the pain is excruciating. Movement is nearly impossible. Sleep seems unattainable. In modern emergency medicine, this patient would receive strong painkillers immediately, possibly starting with IV morphine. But ancient healers had different tools that worked with the body's own pain management systems rather than chemically overriding them. Notice any discomfort in your body right now. Don't try to change it or fix it. Just notice it with curious attention. Breathe ancient relief into that space. Imagine your breath carrying healing directly to any area that holds tension or pain. This simple practice, attention plus breath, is the foundation of much pain management across human cultures. The tribe's response to the wounded warrior is immediate and multifaceted. First, a specific rhythmic drumming begins. Not random drumming, but a particular rhythm, a particular tempo. Modern neuroscience has discovered that certain rhythmic sounds can actually alter brainwave patterns, shifting consciousness into states where pain perception is reduced. Ancient peoples discovered this experientially. They knew that certain drum rhythms helped people manage pain, so they preserved and taught those specific rhythms. The wounded warrior's breathing begins to synchronize with the drum rhythm. This is entrainment, the tendency of biological rhythms to align with external rhythms. As his breathing syncs with the drums, his heart rate follows. As his heart rate stabilizes, his nervous system begins shifting from sympathetic fight or flight activation into parasympathetic rest and digest mode. In parasympathetic mode, pain perception decreases significantly. Simultaneously, the healer prepares plant medicines. She's selecting from several options, each containing different compounds with pain-relieving properties. Some plants contain chemicals similar to aspirin, reducing inflammation and mild to moderate pain. Others contain compounds that act on the same brain receptors as opiate drugs, providing powerful pain relief without the synthetic side effects or addiction potential. Still others contain cannabinoids, chemicals similar to those in cannabis, which reduce pain through multiple pathways. The plants are prepared as both external poultice and internal tea. The poultice is applied directly to the wound area, allowing compounds to absorb through the skin and act locally on damaged tissues. The tea is drunk slowly, allowing compounds to enter the bloodstream and act systemically, affecting pain perception in the brain and nervous system. But the treatment doesn't stop with drums and plants. The healer begins applying specific touch to the warrior's body. These aren't random comforting touches. These are precise pressure points, locations where nerve pathways run close to the surface and can be influenced through external pressure. Modern acupressure and reflexology are attempting to reclaim this ancient knowledge. Press your thumb into your palm now, right in the fleshy area between thumb and index finger. Apply firm pressure. This point, known in traditional Chinese medicine as large intestine 4, has been used for thousands of years to reduce pain throughout the body. Modern studies have confirmed that stimulating this point releases endorphins and reduces pain perception. Ancient healers knew dozens of such points and how to use them effectively. The healer works systematically along the warrior's body, pressing, holding, releasing. Each point held for precise duration, neither too short to be ineffective nor too long to cause additional discomfort. The warrior's face, initially tight with pain, begins to soften. His breathing deepens. The pain hasn't disappeared entirely, but it has reduced from unbearable to manageable. Heat and cold therapy are applied with sophisticated understanding. Cool water compresses on the wound itself, reducing inflammation and swelling. Warm stones placed along the warrior's back, promoting circulation and muscle relaxation. The contrast between cool and warm creates additional pain relief through a mechanism called counter-stimulation. The body can only process so many sensory signals at once. Providing non-painful sensations reduces the bandwidth available for pain signals to reach conscious awareness. The 3 plants they used. They're legal, available, and scientifically proven effective. Willow bark containing salicylic acid, poppy relatives containing mild opioid compounds, hemp species containing cannabinoids. Modern pharmaceutical companies have studied all of them, isolated their active ingredients, and created synthetic versions. But the whole plants often work better than isolated compounds because they contain multiple complementary chemicals that enhance each other's effects and reduce side effects. Throughout the treatment, the tribe maintains supportive presence. They tell stories designed to distract and entertain. They sing songs that create emotional uplift. They touch the warrior gently on arms and hands, providing reassurance through physical contact. This social support is itself a form of pain management. Studies have shown that pain perception decreases when people feel supported and cared for by others they trust. Days pass. The warrior's pain gradually diminishes as healing progresses. The acute injury pain gives way to the duller ache of tissue repair. The plant medicines are adjusted, shifting from stronger pain relief to more anti-inflammatory and healing-promoting compounds. The drumming sessions become less frequent as they're needed less. The warrior begins gentle movement, carefully testing his healing shoulder. Your body releases natural painkillers in deep sleep.
Ancient chemistry protecting you right now.
During deep sleep stages, growth hormone and endorphins peak. These chemicals promote tissue repair, while simultaneously providing pain relief. This is why pain often feels worse when we're sleep-deprived and better after a good night's rest. The body literally heals and soothes itself most effectively during quality sleep. Within weeks, the warrior has recovered enough to resume most activities. Within months, his shoulder is fully functional again. He'll always have scar tissue and some stiffness in that shoulder, but he's returned to full participation in tribal life without becoming dependent on pain medications or suffering chronic pain syndrome. Modern pain management is finally recognizing what ancient healers knew. Pain is complex, involving physical, emotional, and social components. Effective pain management requires addressing all these components. Pharmaceuticals alone are rarely the complete answer. Rhythm and music, plant medicines, pressure point therapy, heat and cold application, social support, and distraction all play legitimate roles in comprehensive pain management. The warrior's full pain relief and recovery, shown through weeks of careful treatment, demonstrates something crucial. Acute pain, when properly managed, doesn't have to become chronic pain. The body knows how to heal. Pain is a signal, not an enemy. When we respond to pain with fear and attempt to suppress it completely with strong medications, we often interfere with natural healing processes and set the stage for long-term pain problems. Ancient peoples lived with pain as part of life. They didn't have the option of complete pharmaceutical pain elimination, but they developed sophisticated methods of pain management that allowed them to function, heal, and thrive despite injuries and illnesses that cause significant pain. These methods worked with the body's natural pain management systems rather than attempting to override them completely. Breathe ancient relief through your whole body now, from the crown of your head down through your face, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, abdomen, hips, legs, all the way to your toes. Imagine each breath carrying healing and comfort to every cell. Your body contains its own pharmacy of pain-relieving chemicals. Your nervous system knows how to modulate pain perception. Trust it, support it through relaxation and rest. Allow it to work its ancient healing magic. As consciousness softens and sleep approaches, know that pain relief and healing accelerate during rest. Your body will repair damage, reduce inflammation, and reset pain pathways while you sleep. You are held by 400,000 years of human wisdom about managing pain and supporting healing. Sleep deeply, peacefully, trusting in the ancient intelligence that lives in every cell. Every breath connects you to 400,000 years of survivors. Feel that connection now as air enters your lungs, the same air that filled ancient lungs, carrying the same oxygen molecules that sustained your ancestors through ice ages and warm periods, through times of plenty and times of scarcity. Your breath is ancient. Your breathing is a practice perfected over countless generations. It's winter in the ice age. Snow covers the ground outside the shelter. Inside, warmed by carefully maintained fires, a tribe weathers the cold months. But winter brings challenges beyond temperature. Respiratory illnesses spread more easily when people spend long periods in close quarters. A child begins to cough. The cough is wet, productive, bringing up thick mucus. Her breathing becomes labored, wheezing audible with each inhale and exhale. In modern medicine, this presentation suggests pneumonia or severe bronchitis. The child would receive antibiotics, possibly bronchodilators, maybe steroids, to reduce airway inflammation. Treatment would happen in a warm, dry hospital room with sophisticated monitoring equipment. But watch what ancient healers could accomplish with plant medicines, steam therapy, and careful attention to supportive care. The healer acts immediately. She knows respiratory infections can become life-threatening quickly, especially in young children. But she also knows that the body has powerful defenses against respiratory pathogens, defenses that work most effectively when properly supported. Her treatment is designed to support rather than replace the body's immune response. First, she creates a steam tent. Large stones are heated in the fire until they're almost glowing. These stones are placed in a small pit in the ground. Water is poured over them, creating clouds of steam. But this isn't just water. The healer has added specific evergreen needles and other plants to the water. As the steam rises, it carries volatile oils from these plants. Breathe deeply with me now, in through your nose, imagining you're breathing in healing steam from ancient forests. Out slowly through your mouth, imagining you're releasing any tension or resistance. Ancient rhythm flowing through you with each breath cycle, in and out,
receiving and releasing.
This is the breath that heals. The child is brought into the steam tent, held in her mother's arms. The warm, humid air begins working immediately. The moisture helps thin the thick mucus in her airways, making it easier to cough up. The heat helps dilate constricted airways, improving airflow. But the plant compounds in the steam provide additional benefits. Modern research has analyzed these evergreen compounds. They contain chemicals with powerful antimicrobial properties, effective against many respiratory pathogens. They contain expectorants that help clear mucus. They contain compounds that reduce airway inflammation and open constricted breathing passages. Ancient healers didn't know the chemical names or mechanisms. They simply knew that evergreen steam helped children with breathing problems recover faster. The child stays in the steam tent for carefully measured periods. Too little time won't provide sufficient benefit. Too much time could cause overheating or excessive moisture exposure. The healer monitors carefully, reading the child's responses, adjusting duration based on how she's tolerating the treatment. Outside the steam tent, other preparations are being made. A special tea is brewing from multiple plants. One provides antimicrobial support, another soothes inflamed throat tissues, a third helps the body maintain fever at optimal levels for immune function while preventing it from rising to dangerous heights. These aren't folk remedies based on superstition. They're effective medicines developed through observation and passed down through generations because they worked. The child drinks the warm tea slowly. Her mother helps her sit upright, a position that makes breathing easier than lying flat. This upright positioning is another piece of ancient wisdom that modern medicine took too long to rediscover. Respiratory patients breathe better when elevated, allowing gravity to help clear airways and making it easier for the lungs to expand fully. Throughout the day and night, the tribe maintains careful watch over the sick child. She's never left alone. Someone is always monitoring her breathing, her temperature, her level of consciousness. If her breathing becomes more distressed, the steam treatments are repeated. If her fever rises too high, cool compresses are applied. If she's able to drink, warm fluids are offered frequently, those evergreen compounds. Modern research shows them more effective than many cough medicines. They work through multiple mechanisms simultaneously. The digestive system is 400,000 years old. It knows exactly what to do. Place your hand on your stomach now if you'd like. Feel the gentle movement there, the constant work of digestion happening without your conscious control. Thank it for processing every meal you've ever eaten, for extracting nutrients, for protecting you from harmful substances, for maintaining the delicate ecosystem of bacteria that keeps you healthy. An elder in an ancient tribe suffers from severe stomach pain. For 2 days, he's been unable to eat without intense cramping and nausea. His abdomen is distended and tender. He's weak from lack of food and the constant discomfort. In modern medicine, this could indicate many conditions, from food poisoning to intestinal blockage, each requiring different treatment approaches. But watch how ancient healers addressed digestive problems with sophisticated understanding of gut health. The tribe's healer begins by observing carefully. She asks the elder to describe the pain, its location, its quality. She gently presses on different areas of his abdomen, reading his responses. She checks his tongue, noting its coating and color. She smells his breath. These diagnostic techniques seem simple, but they provide crucial information about what's happening in the digestive system. Modern doctors are being retrained in these same physical examination skills, that have been somewhat lost in the age of technological diagnostics. Breathe into your belly now. Feel it expand with each inhale. Feel ancient wisdom there. Your gut contains more neurons than your spinal cord. It produces more serotonin than your brain. It houses trillions of bacteria that influence everything from your mood to your immune function. Your gut is not just a digestive tube. It's a complex, intelligent organ system that ancient healers understood and respected. The healer's first intervention is fermented foods. She brings the elder a small amount of fermented vegetable matter prepared weeks ago and stored carefully. This is humanity's first probiotic medicine, developed long before anyone understood the concept of beneficial bacteria. The fermentation process creates billions of helpful microorganisms that can recolonize a disrupted gut microbiome and help restore normal digestive function. The elder eats slowly, just small amounts at first. The sour taste reflects the presence of lactic acid and other compounds produced during fermentation. These compounds not only taste sour, but actively inhibit harmful bacteria while supporting beneficial ones. Within hours, the elder notices the first signs of improvement. The cramping begins to ease slightly. His nausea reduces. The fermented food is working. Next, the healer prepares a special clay mixture. She takes clay from a specific location near a river, clay that has particular properties. This clay is mixed with clean water to create a drinkable suspension. To modern minds, drinking clay might seem strange or even dangerous, but this is sophisticated medicine. The clay acts as a natural detoxifier, binding to toxins, heavy metals, and harmful bacteria in the gut and carrying them out of the body. Archaeological evidence shows that many ancient cultures consumed clay deliberately. We now know that certain clays contain minerals that support digestive health while simultaneously absorbing substances that could cause harm. Animals instinctively eat specific clays when they have digestive upset. Ancient humans learned this practice from observing animals and from their own experimentation. The elder drinks the clay mixture slowly. It has a chalky taste and unusual texture, but he trusts the healer completely. This trust is itself therapeutic. When we believe in treatment, when we feel cared for by someone we trust, our nervous system shifts into healing mode. The parasympathetic nervous system activates, promoting digestive function and immune response. Stress hormones decrease. The body can focus its resources on recovery rather than defense. Scientists now confirm that ancient fermented foods contain probiotic strains that outperform supplements. The bacteria in traditional fermented foods are often more diverse and more resilient than the limited strains in commercial probiotics. They're embedded in a food matrix that protects them through the harsh environment of the stomach and delivers them effectively to the intestines where they can colonize and provide benefit. The healer also prepares a tea from bitter herbs. Bitterness itself is therapeutic for digestion. Bitter compounds stimulate bile production, which helps digest fats and supports liver function. They increase digestive enzyme secretion, improving the breakdown of proteins and carbohydrates. They tone the muscles of the digestive tract, promoting proper motility. Modern herbalism recognizes these same bitter herbs as digestive tonics, but ancient healers were using them millennia ago. While the elder rests, the tribe surrounds him with something unexpected but powerful: song. They begin singing together, creating harmonious sounds that fill the shelter.
This isn't entertainment.
This is vibrational medicine. Sound creates physical vibrations that travel through the body. Certain frequencies can actually influence digestive motility, stimulating peristalsis and helping move contents through the intestinal tract, the bacteria in your gut. You inherited strains from Ice Age ancestors. These microorganisms have been passed from mother to child for countless generations. They co-evolved with humans, adapting to our diet and lifestyle while we adapted to their presence. Your gut microbiome is a living connection to your ancestral past, a biological inheritance as important as your DNA. The elder's condition continues to improve over the following days. The combination of probiotics, clay detoxification, bitter herbs, and the supportive environment is allowing his gut to heal and rebalance. By the third day, he's eating regular meals again. By the end of the week, he's completely recovered, his digestive system functioning normally. This recovery demonstrates something crucial that modern medicine is finally recognizing. The gut is remarkably resilient when given proper support. It can recover from dysbiosis, inflammation, and infection, but it needs the right conditions: beneficial bacteria to restore balance, substances to remove toxins, compounds to support healing, and a stress-free environment that allows the parasympathetic nervous system to promote digestive function. Ancient peoples rarely suffered from the chronic digestive disorders that plague modern society. Irritable bowel syndrome was virtually unknown. Inflammatory bowel disease was rare. Chronic acid reflux was uncommon. Their diet of whole foods, rich in fiber and fermented preparations, supported optimal gut health. Their lifestyle, with regular physical activity and lower chronic stress, promoted proper digestive function. Digestion happens best in parasympathetic state, the state you're entering now. Feel your body shifting into rest and digest mode. Feel your stomach and intestines relaxing. Feel digestive processes optimizing as stress hormones decrease and healing hormones increase. This is the state where your gut does its best work, both digesting food and healing itself. The elder, fully recovered, shares his gratitude with the healer and the tribe. His illness and recovery have reinforced important knowledge. Which fermented foods work best for which digestive problems? Which clays are most effective? Which herbs provide the most relief? This knowledge will be remembered and passed on, refined through experience, available when the next person suffers digestive distress. Modern research into the gut microbiome has revealed that we're just beginning to understand what ancient peoples knew intuitively. The gut is central to overall health, influencing immune function, mental health, metabolism, and even brain function through the gut-brain axis, supporting gut health through fermented foods. Appropriate fiber intake, stress reduction, and occasional cleansing with substances like clay is foundational medicine that works. Tonight, as you sleep, your gut heals itself through the night. Digestive tissues regenerate at an accelerated rate during sleep. The gut microbiome rebalances, with beneficial bacteria multiplying while harmful ones are kept in check. Inflammation decreases. The gut lining repairs itself, maintaining the crucial barrier between the contents of your intestines and your bloodstream. Your body knows how to digest, how to absorb nutrients, how to eliminate waste, how to maintain the complex ecosystem of your gut microbiome. This knowledge is ancient, refined through 400,000 years of eating, digesting, and surviving. Trust it, support it through rest and relaxation. Allow it to work its ancient magic while you drift into deeper sleep. Feel yourself settling even further now. Feel your entire digestive system relaxing, from esophagus to stomach to intestines. Feel the gentle rhythmic contractions of peristalsis moving content smoothly through your system. Feel the billions of bacteria in your gut working in harmony, producing vitamins, supporting immunity, communicating with your brain through chemical signals. As ancient digestion worked perfectly, your gut heals itself through the night, every cell of your digestive lining regenerating, every enzyme system optimizing, every bacterial strain finding its proper balance. You are supported by 400,000 years of digestive wisdom, held in the ancient knowledge that your body knows exactly how to process food, extract nutrition, and maintain the internal ecosystem that keeps you healthy and alive. Your skin is your largest organ of ancient intelligence. Feel it right now, covering your entire body, protecting you from the external world while remaining porous enough to breathe, to sense temperature and touch, to eliminate wastes through perspiration. Your skin is a miracle of biological engineering, the first line of defense against countless threats, the interface between your internal body and the external environment. A young woman in an ancient tribe develops a painful skin condition. What starts as a small area of redness and irritation on her arm spreads over several days into a larger patch of inflamed, weeping skin. It itches intensely. The constant scratching creates small wounds that risk infection. She can't sleep well because of the discomfort. The tribe's daily activities become difficult when she's constantly distracted by the urge to scratch. Modern dermatology would approach this with various treatments depending on the exact diagnosis. Topical steroids to reduce inflammation, antihistamines for the itching, perhaps antibiotic creams if infection is present. The treatment would be effective but might come with side effects. Skin thinning from steroid use, drowsiness from antihistamines, potential antibiotic resistance. Watch what ancient healers could accomplish with natural medicines that work with the skin's own healing capacity. The healer knows exactly what to do. She's seen skin conditions like this before and knows which plants and substances provide the most effective treatment. Her approach is comprehensive, addressing not just the visible symptoms but the underlying causes and the conditions needed for complete healing. Feel your skin breathing right now, protecting you with ancient intelligence. Every square inch of your skin contains thousands of nerve endings, hundreds of sweat glands, dozens of hair follicles, and millions of cells working together to maintain the barrier between you and the world. Your skin is constantly regenerating, replacing its entire outer layer every 2 to 4 weeks. It's alive, intelligent, and remarkably capable of healing itself when given proper support. First, the healer collects honey from wild bees. Not just any honey, but honey from bees that have been feeding on specific flowers known for their healing properties. This honey is liquid gold, literally and figuratively. Modern medical research has confirmed what ancient healers knew experientially. Honey is a powerful medicine for skin conditions. Honey contains natural antibacterial compounds, including hydrogen peroxide produced enzymatically. It creates an environment where harmful bacteria cannot survive. It also contains antioxidants that reduce inflammation and support tissue healing. Its high sugar content draws moisture from the environment while maintaining hydration in the skin itself. It even contains compounds that stimulate new skin cell growth and blood vessel formation. The healer applies honey directly to the affected skin, spreading it in a thin, even layer. The young woman feels immediate relief. The cooling sensation soothes the burning itch. The honey forms a protective barrier over the damaged skin, keeping out contaminants while creating perfect conditions for healing underneath. But the treatment doesn't stop with honey. The healer adds tree resin collected from a specific species. This resin has been used for skin healing for thousands of years. We now know it contains compounds with powerful anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. When combined with honey, the two substances create a synergistic effect, each enhancing the other's healing properties. Medical research now proves these ancient treatments work. Honey is more effective than antibiotic creams for many skin conditions. Studies comparing honey treatment to conventional treatments for wounds, burns, and skin infections consistently show honey performing as well or better, with fewer side effects and no risk of antibiotic resistance. The 3 ingredients ancient healers used are available at any store and cost less than $10 combined. Over the honey and resin mixture, the healer places a poultice of mashed healing herbs. These herbs have been carefully selected for their properties. One reduces inflammation through compounds similar to modern anti-inflammatory drugs but without the side effects. Another promotes rapid skin regeneration through growth factors that stimulate cell division. A third provides additional antimicrobial protection and helps control itching through natural antihistamine-like compounds. The entire treatment is wrapped gently with clean cloth made from soft plant fibers. This wrapping protects the area from scratching and contamination while holding the medicines in place. The young woman is instructed to keep the area covered, changing the dressing twice daily with fresh applications of the honey resin herb mixture. The healer also prepares an internal treatment. She makes a tea from plants known to support skin health from the inside. These plants contain compounds that reduce systemic inflammation, support liver detoxification. Important because skin problems often reflect the body's need to eliminate toxins through an alternative route and provide nutrients essential for skin repair. The tribe modifies the young woman's diet temporarily, increasing foods known to support skin healing while avoiding those that might trigger inflammation. More fish for omega-3 fatty acids, more fresh vegetables for vitamins and antioxidants, less of the fermented foods that, while generally beneficial, can sometimes trigger histamine reactions that worsen itching. Within 3 days, visible improvement appears. The angry red color fades to pink. The weeping stops. The itching decreases significantly. The young woman can sleep through the night again, which itself accelerates healing since skin repair happens most actively during sleep. By the end of the first week, the affected area has reduced to half its original size. Your skin protects you every moment. Trust its ancient wisdom. Right now, as you rest, your skin is performing countless repair operations. Damaged cells are being replaced. Collagen and elastin fibers are being renewed. The skin's moisture barrier is being reinforced. Immune cells in the skin are patrolling for threats. All of this happens automatically, orchestrated by genetic programs refined over hundreds of thousands of years. The healing continues steadily. Each dressing change reveals more improvement. New, healthy skin grows from the edges inward, gradually covering the damaged area. Within 2 weeks, the condition is almost completely resolved. Within 3 weeks, only a faint discoloration remains where the worst inflammation had been. Within a month, even that discoloration has faded. The young woman's skin has returned to its normal, healthy state. This complete resolution demonstrates the skin's remarkable healing capacity when properly supported. The honey provided antibacterial protection and created optimal healing conditions. The resin reduced inflammation and added antimicrobial strength. The herbs stimulated regeneration and controlled symptoms. The internal treatment supported healing from within. And the tribe's care provided the stress-free environment where healing happens most efficiently. Ancient peoples understood that skin health reflected overall health. They knew that chronic skin problems often indicated internal imbalances that needed addressing. They treated skin conditions comprehensively, both externally with topical applications and internally with diet and herbal medicines. This holistic approach is what modern integrative dermatology is now attempting to reclaim. The young woman is grateful not just for the healing, but for the knowledge she's gained. She's watched the healer prepare the medicines. She's learned which plants to use and how to process them. She's experienced firsthand how effective natural skin medicines can be. This knowledge will stay with her for life, available for her own use and for teaching to her children and grandchildren. As ancient skin healed naturally, your skin regenerates right now, in this moment of rest. Feel the intelligence in every pore, every cell, every layer of this remarkable organ. Feel your skin maintaining perfect temperature. Feel it breathing, eliminating wastes through perspiration while absorbing oxygen through its surface. Feel it protecting you from mechanical injury, from harmful microorganisms, from excessive water loss, from ultraviolet radiation. Your skin repairs itself 3 times faster during deep sleep than during waking hours. Growth hormone peaks during sleep, stimulating cellular division and tissue repair throughout your body, with particularly dramatic effects on skin. Collagen production increases. Antioxidant enzymes become more active, repairing damage from the day's environmental exposures. Your skin literally regenerates while you sleep. Tonight, as you drift into deeper rest, your skin will perform its most intensive maintenance work. Every scratch will heal a little more. Every sunspot will fade slightly. Every wrinkle will soften just a bit. Your skin knows how to renew itself. It's been doing it successfully for as long as humans have existed. Trust it, support it through rest and relaxation. Allow it to work its ancient regenerative magic. Breathe softly now, feeling your skin rise and fall with each breath. Feel gratitude for this protective covering that has shielded you every moment of your life. Feel connection to your ancestors whose skin protected them through harsh conditions we can barely imagine. Feel confidence in your skin's ability to repair, to maintain itself through years and decades of life. Ancient regeneration happens right now in every layer of your skin. From the deepest basal cells constantly dividing to create new skin, up through the layers where cells mature and migrate, to the outermost layer, constantly shedding and renewing. This is eternal regeneration, the same process that kept your ancestors' skin healthy for 400,000 years. It's working in you right now, this very moment, as you settle into the healing darkness of restorative sleep. Your immune system defeated threats for 400,000 years before medicine existed. Feel that power within you now. Feel the constant activity of billions of immune cells patrolling your body, identifying threats, neutralizing pathogens, remembering past encounters, preparing for future challenges. Your immune system is the most sophisticated defense network ever evolved, and it's working perfectly right now, protecting you with every heartbeat. A mysterious illness sweeps through an ancient tribe. It begins with one person developing fever and body aches. Within days, several others show similar symptoms. This is the nightmare scenario for any ancient group. Contagious illness that could potentially devastate the entire community. Without modern medicine, without antibiotics or antivirals, what can they do? Watch how ancient wisdom and the human immune system work together to overcome what could have been catastrophic. The tribe's response is immediate and multifaceted. This isn't panic or random activity. This is protocol developed through generations of experience with infectious illness. Every action is designed to support the immune system's natural ability to fight infection while preventing spread to healthy members. First, certain herbs are collected and distributed to everyone in the tribe, both sick and healthy. These are immune-boosting plants that modern science has confirmed contain compounds that enhance immune function. Some stimulate increased production of white blood cells. Others increase the activity of natural killer cells that destroy virus-infected cells. Still others enhance the production of antibodies and improve communication between different parts of the immune system. Feel your immune system working right now, protecting, healing, remembering. Take a deep breath and imagine white blood cells multiplying with each inhale, spreading throughout your body, standing ready to defend against any threat. Your immune system contains trillions of cells, each one a microscopic warrior trained to recognize and destroy specific enemies. This army has protected your lineage for 400,000 years without a single defeat. You exist because your ancestors' immune systems won every single battle. Sunlight exposure is carefully timed. The sick are brought into the sun for specific periods, then returned to shade to rest. The healthy increase their sun exposure as well. Ancient peoples didn't understand vitamin D, but they knew that sun exposure helped people resist illness and recover faster. We now know that vitamin D is crucial for immune function, activating key immune cells and regulating inflammatory responses. Ancient humans' vitamin D levels were 3 times higher than modern humans, contributing to their robust immune function. The tribe's diet shifts immediately. Everyone receives bone broth rich in minerals and amino acids that support immune function. Wild garlic and onions, plants with powerful antimicrobial and immune-enhancing compounds, are added to meals. Foods rich in vitamin C from various plants are prioritized. The sick are encouraged to eat even if they lack appetite, but are offered easily digestible foods that won't tax their systems. Physical touch and social connection are maintained carefully. The sick are not isolated or shunned. They're surrounded by care and support, which reduces stress hormones that could suppress immune function. However, the caregivers are those who have previously survived similar illnesses and likely have immunity. This is sophisticated epidemiology, preventing spread while maintaining the crucial social support that aids recovery. The tribe also engages in activities that we now know support immune function, though they discovered them through observation rather than scientific study. They continue their regular physical activity, which enhances circulation and immune cell distribution. They maintain their normal sleep schedules, prioritizing rest for the sick, but ensuring the healthy also get adequate sleep. They spend time in nature, which modern research shows reduces stress and enhances immune function through mechanisms we're just beginning to understand. Immunology now confirms the practices that boosted ancient immunity work better than most supplements. The combination of immune-enhancing herbs, optimal vitamin D levels, nutrient-dense foods, stress reduction through community support, adequate sleep, and regular movement creates conditions where the immune system functions at peak capacity. No single supplement or drug can replicate the comprehensive support of this lifestyle approach. Days pass. The illness progresses through its natural course. Fevers rise and fall. Body aches come and go. Some tribe members become sicker than others, but the careful support means that everyone has the best possible chance of recovery. The immune system is doing what it was designed to do, recognizing the pathogen, mounting a coordinated response, destroying infected cells, producing antibodies, and creating memory cells that will provide lifelong protection. One by one, tribe members begin to recover. Fever breaks, energy returns, appetite improves. Each recovery is celebrated quietly, with gratitude, but without excessive excitement that might disturb those still fighting the illness. Within 2 weeks, everyone has recovered. The mysterious illness, which could have killed vulnerable members, has been overcome entirely through immune function supported by ancient wisdom. The tribe emerges from this challenge stronger in multiple ways. Everyone who was infected now has immunity to this particular pathogen. The immune memory cells created during the infection will remain for years, perhaps decades, perhaps life. If they encounter this illness again, their immune response will be faster and stronger, likely preventing any symptoms at all. This is natural immunity, the kind that has protected humans through 400,000 years of pathogenic challenges. The tribe has also refined their knowledge. They've seen which interventions were most helpful, which herbs seemed to speed recovery, which foods the sick found most appealing and tolerable, which care practices provided the most comfort. This knowledge will be remembered, taught to the young, passed forward through generations. The next time similar illness strikes, they'll be even better prepared. As ancient immune systems conquered every threat, yours works tirelessly while you sleep. Right now, this very moment, your immune system is performing millions of surveillance operations, scanning cells for signs of viral infection or cancerous changes, patrolling tissues for bacterial invaders, clearing debris and dead cells, producing antibodies, training new immune cells. All of this happens automatically, continuously, perfectly orchestrated without your conscious awareness or control. Your immune system is also learning constantly. Every day, it encounters new potential pathogens.
Most are destroyed before you ever know they were present.
But your immune system remembers each encounter, building an ever-expanding library of threats and how to neutralize them. By the time you're an adult, your immune system has memory cells for thousands of different pathogens. This is your immunological autobiography written in the language of antibodies and memory cells. Ancient humans lived with constant exposure to pathogens, yet their immune systems were remarkably effective. They didn't have the option of hiding from germs or sterilizing everything. Instead, their immune systems developed through constant challenge and training. This produced robust immunity that protected them throughout their lives. Modern immune systems, overprotected and under-challenged, often struggle more than ancient ones did. Tonight, as you sleep, your immune system catalogs and prepares. It reviews the day's encounters with potential pathogens. It produces and positions immune cells for tomorrow's challenges. It performs maintenance on your body's defense systems. Sleep is when immune function peaks, when healing happens most efficiently, when your body focuses resources on health and protection rather than activity and performance. Feel yourself completely safe now, protected by 400,000 years of survival wisdom. Your immune system has never failed you. Every morning you wake up is proof that your immune system successfully defended you through another night. Every day you stay healthy is evidence of your immune system's constant, effective work. Trust it. It knows what it's doing. It's been refined through countless generations to keep you alive and healthy. Breathe slowly, deeply, feeling your immune system strengthening with each breath.
Oxygen fuels immune cells, allowing them to function optimally.
The relaxation you're experiencing right now shifts your body into the parasympathetic state where immune function is enhanced. As stress hormones decrease, immune system effectiveness increases. This is why rest and relaxation are medicine, why ancient peoples prioritized creating peaceful, safe environments for healing. As you drift deeper into sleep now, know that your immune system stands guard. Trillions of cells working in perfect coordination, protecting you from threats you'll never know existed, healing damage before it becomes serious, maintaining the health and life that allowed you to reach this moment, this breath, this perfect state of rest and trust in your body's ancient, protective wisdom. Ancient humans who survived childhood often lived 70+ years with vitality. Imagine yourself at any age, strong, purposeful, connected. This is your birthright. Age is wisdom. Your body knows how to thrive through decades. Feel that timeless vitality within you now, the same life force that kept your ancestors strong and active deep into their elder years. Meet a 72-year-old tribal elder. His face is deeply weathered from a lifetime of sun and wind. His hands show the wear of thousands of days of physical work. His body displays the accumulated minor injuries and stresses of 7 decades of life. And yet, watch him. Watch how he moves. Watch how he functions. Watch how he contributes. He rises at dawn, movements perhaps slightly slower than in youth, but still fluid and capable. He walks to the river to collect water, carrying containers that would challenge many modern people half his age. His back is straight, his stride is steady. He climbs over rocks and rough terrain with confidence born from a lifetime of movement and physical activity. This is not the frailty we've come to associate with old age. This is functional aging, the way humans aged for most of our history. Throughout the morning, he works alongside younger tribe members. He's crafting a complex tool, work that requires fine motor control and spatial reasoning. His hands, though worn, remain dexterous and precise. His mind, though carrying 7 decades of memories, remains sharp and focused. He teaches as he works, explaining techniques to younger apprentices, sharing knowledge accumulated through a lifetime of observation and practice. Age is wisdom. Your body knows how to thrive through decades. Studies of modern hunter-gatherer societies show they age more slowly, with less chronic disease than industrialized populations. Their rate of age-related cognitive decline is significantly lower. Their functional capacity remains higher into advanced age. They don't develop diabetes, heart disease, and dementia at the rates we see in modern societies. Their aging is qualitatively different because their lifestyle supports healthy aging at every stage. The elder's daily routine provides insight into how ancient humans maintained health and function through the decades. Every morning begins with movement. Not exercise in the modern sense, but purposeful activity. Walking to collect water or firewood, climbing to check distant areas, moving constantly throughout the day in ways that keep joints mobile, muscles strong, balance sharp, and cardiovascular systems healthy. His diet has remained essentially unchanged throughout his life. Whole foods, nothing processed, nothing refined. Meat from wild animals, rich in protein and healthy fats. Vegetables and fruits in season, providing vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. No added sugars beyond the natural sugars in fruits, no seed oils, No preservatives or artificial ingredients. His body has never had to process the substances that cause so much damage in modern diets. The elder maintains clear purpose throughout his days. He teaches the young, sharing skills and knowledge. He counsels on important decisions, his decades of experience valued by the tribe. He continues contributing to daily survival, perhaps not hunting large game anymore, but certainly gathering, crafting tools, preparing materials. His sense of purpose hasn't diminished with age. If anything, it has deepened as he recognizes his crucial role in transmitting knowledge to future generations. The 7 longevity factors ancient elders had. You can implement 5 this week. First, regular movement throughout the day. Not just scheduled exercise, but constant low-level activity. Second, whole food nutrition without processed ingredients. Third, maintained purpose and meaningful work. Fourth, strong social connections and secure place in community. Fifth, adequate sleep aligned with natural rhythms. Sixth, regular sun exposure for vitamin D and circadian rhythm support. Seventh, manage stress through community support and daily practices. The elder's social connections remain strong. He's not isolated or marginalized because of his age. He sits in councils where important decisions are made. He's consulted regularly about everything from weather patterns to conflict resolution. Young people seek him out for advice and stories. He's physically surrounded by family and friends daily. This constant social engagement keeps his mind active, his mood positive, and his sense of belonging secure. At midday, like most of the tribe, he rests. This is the natural human rhythm confirmed by modern chronobiology research. Humans are wired for biphasic sleep, a long sleep at night and a shorter rest period in the afternoon. This elder has never fought against this natural rhythm. He's rested in the afternoon his entire life, maintaining cognitive function and physical energy that many modern elderly people lack because they push through their natural fatigue patterns. Afternoon brings different activities, perhaps storytelling, sharing oral history that preserves the tribe's collective memory, perhaps mentoring a young person in a specialized skill, perhaps simply sitting and observing the contemplative practice that brings peace and perspective. His days have rhythm and variety, intellectual challenge and physical activity, social engagement and solitary reflection. This balanced life keeps all systems functioning optimally. You're learning from the longest living lineage in history. Every person in your direct ancestral line lived long enough to reproduce, which in ancient times meant surviving well into adulthood. Many lived much longer, becoming elders who contributed wisdom to their tribes. You carry the genetic legacy of successful aging, the biological programs that allowed your ancestors to live long, healthy, functional lives. These programs still exist in you, waiting to be activated through appropriate lifestyle choices. The elder shows no signs of the dementia that afflicts so many modern elderly people. His memory remains sharp for both recent events and distant past. He can learn new skills, though perhaps more slowly than in youth. He maintains executive function, planning and organizing complex activities. His brain has aged but not deteriorated, protected by a lifetime of physical activity that maintained cardiovascular health, social engagement that kept neural networks active, purposeful work that provided cognitive challenge, and diet that provided brain-healthy nutrients without inflammatory substances. His physical health, while not that of a young person, remains remarkably good. He's never developed diabetes because his diet never included the refined carbohydrates and sugars that cause insulin resistance. He hasn't developed heart disease because his diet was rich in omega-3 fats and devoid of inflammatory seed oils and trans fats. His joints, while showing wear, remain mobile and functional because he's moved them through full range of motion every day of his life. His bones remain strong because he's never lacked vitamin D or calcium, and he's provided consistent weight-bearing stress that signals bones to maintain density. Evening finds him sitting by the fire, surrounded by children and grandchildren. He tells stories, the same stories he heard from elders when he was young. He watches the young adults make decisions, offering gentle guidance when asked. He feels deep satisfaction with his life, with his contributions, with his place in the continuing story of his people. This sense of life satisfaction, this feeling that life has been meaningful and well lived, is itself protective of health and longevity. Studies of centenarians across cultures show consistent factors. They maintain purpose throughout life. They have strong social connections. They eat whole foods in moderate amounts. They move regularly but not excessively. They manage stress through community and spiritual practices. They maintain positive attitudes and find reasons to be grateful. These factors are not about genetics, they're about lifestyle and mindset choices available to anyone willing to make them. The elder eventually sleeps, lying on the furs that have cushioned his rest for decades. His sleep is deep and restorative, the sleep of someone who has used their body fully during the day and can now surrender completely to rest. He wakes refreshed each morning, ready for another day of contribution and connection. This is aging done right, the way humans aged for 400,000 years before modern civilization created the diseases and dysfunctions we now consider inevitable parts of growing old. Tonight, as you sleep, trust in your body's ageless vitality. You carry the same longevity programs as that ancient elder. You have the same capacity for aging well. Age is not decline. Age is transformation, the accumulation of wisdom and experience, the deepening of capability in some areas even as others shift. Trust the journey. Trust your body's knowledge of how to age successfully. Wake refreshed tomorrow, ready to implement ancient wisdom for modern longevity. Ancient humans lived in perfect rhythm with nature. Their bodies knew no confusion. Feel your body's natural rhythm now. What time is it inside you right now? Your cells know. Your hormones know. Your organs know. You have an internal clock, more precise than any human invention, refined through millions of years of evolution to synchronize perfectly with the rhythms of Earth. Sun and moon experience a full day in prehistoric life. Let yourself drift back through time, becoming an observer in the daily rhythm that shaped human biology for hundreds of thousands of years. This rhythm is still written in your DNA, still trying to guide your body's functions, still offering the path to optimal health if you'll listen. Dawn breaks slowly. The first light touches the horizon, and this light immediately begins affecting human biology. Photons entering the eyes trigger the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the brain's master clock. This signal cascades throughout the body. Cortisol production increases, providing natural energy for the coming day. Melatonin production ceases, ending the night's sleep cycle. Body temperature begins to rise. The digestive system awakens, preparing for food. All of this happens automatically, orchestrated by light. The ancient humans wake naturally with this sunrise.
No alarm clock shocks them into wakefulness.
No artificial light has confused their circadian rhythms. They rise feeling refreshed because they've slept the full duration their bodies needed through complete sleep cycles, their sleep perfectly timed with darkness. This is how humans woke up for 400,000 years. This is what our biology still expects every morning. Morning activity begins immediately. Bodies primed for movement by naturally peaked cortisol and rising body temperature. Hunters prepare for the day's tracking. Gatherers set out to find plant foods. Everyone moves, everyone is active, everyone uses their body fully during these morning hours when energy is naturally highest and coordination is naturally best. This morning, activity entrains the circadian clock even more deeply, reinforcing the natural rhythm. Sunlight exposure is constant during morning hours. Ancient humans didn't wear sunglasses or spend mornings indoors under artificial light. The sun's rays entered their eyes continuously, providing the strong light signal that human circadian biology requires for proper entrainment. This morning, light exposure is the most critical factor in maintaining healthy circadian rhythms, yet it's almost completely absent from most modern lives. Feel your body's natural rhythm. Feel how your energy naturally rises and falls throughout the day. Close your eyes and see if you can sense sunrise and sunset in your cells. Your body knows what time it is. It knows when you should be active and when you should rest.
It knows when you should eat and when you should fast.
This knowledge is ancient, reliable, and always available if you'll quiet yourself enough to listen. Midday brings peak activity. Body temperature reaches its daily high. Coordination and reaction time are optimal. Physical strength peaks. Ancient humans used these hours for the most demanding activities: hunting large game, gathering from distant locations, building and repairing structures. Their activity patterns matched their biological capacity perfectly because they lived in rhythm with natural cycles rather than fighting against them. But midday also brings heat, especially in the African landscapes where humans evolved. As the sun reaches its zenith and temperature soars, ancient humans naturally shift their behavior. They seek shade, they rest. They engage in less strenuous activities during the hottest hours. This is the natural siesta, hardwired into human biology through millions of years of evolution in hot climates. Modern chronobiology confirms what ancient humans knew instinctively. Humans are designed for biphasic sleep, a long sleep at night and a shorter rest period in the afternoon. Fighting against this natural dip in energy and alertness that occurs in afternoon doesn't make it go away. It just makes us less efficient and more stressed. Ancient humans honored this natural rhythm and maintained higher overall energy and function as a result. Afternoon brings renewed activity as temperature moderates. Productivity returns, but with different quality than morning. The afternoon is time for craft work, for teaching and learning, for social activities. Energy is still good, but perhaps less intense than morning. Ancient humans naturally matched their activities to their body's capabilities, never pushing against natural rhythms, always working with them. Evening approaches and activity naturally winds down. As sunlight begins to fade, subtle biological changes begin. The absence of bright light triggers the beginning of melatonin production in the pineal gland, though melatonin won't fully rise until darkness is complete. Body temperature begins its natural decline toward the nighttime low. Digestion slows, signaling that the eating window is closing. The body is preparing for rest, beginning the transition from activity to recovery. The tribe gathers around fire as darkness falls. This firelight is crucial. It provides light for social activities and safety, but its spectrum doesn't disrupt circadian rhythms the way blue-white artificial light does. Fire produces primarily red and orange wavelengths that don't suppress melatonin production. Ancient humans could sit around fires for hours in the evening without disrupting their sleep biology. Stories are told, songs are sung. The day is processed through narrative and discussion. This evening, social time serves crucial psychological functions, resolving conflicts, reinforcing social bonds, transmitting cultural knowledge, processing emotions. But it happens in dim, warm light that allows melatonin to rise naturally, preparing bodies for sleep. There are no screens emitting blue light, no LED bulbs suppressing melatonin production. Just fire, stars, and the natural progression towards sleep. As full darkness settles, the tribe sleeps. Body temperature is dropping. Melatonin is rising. Cortisol is at its daily low. Growth hormone will soon peak, driving repair and regeneration. The body knows exactly what to do in this darkness, the same darkness that has signaled sleep time for millions of years. Sleep comes easily, naturally, without need for supplements or medications, because the entire day has been preparing the body for this moment. Sleep occurs in complete darkness except for moonlight and stars. No artificial light penetrates the sleeping area. This darkness is essential for proper melatonin function and deep sleep stages. The body cycles through sleep stages naturally, spending appropriate time in light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. Each stage serves specific functions: memory consolidation, physical repair, emotional processing, immune system enhancement. The single change that would improve 80% of modern health issues: rhythm. Circadian biology research has revealed that living out of sync with natural rhythms is catastrophic for health. It increases risk of obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, cancer, mental illness, neurodegenerative disease, and immune dysfunction. Nearly every chronic disease of modern civilization is either caused or worsened by circadian disruption. Living in rhythm means waking with sunlight, getting bright light exposure in morning, eating during daylight hours, being active when energy is naturally high, resting when the body naturally dips, avoiding bright light after dark, keeping sleeping spaces completely dark, maintaining consistent sleep and wake times. These practices cost nothing. They require no special equipment or expertise. They're simply returning to the natural patterns that human biology expects and requires. Ancient humans had no choice but to live in rhythm. They had no artificial light to extend their days. They had no ability to control temperature perfectly, so they adapted their activity to environmental conditions. They had no food available outside of appropriate times, so they ate in natural patterns that supported rather than disrupted circadian function. Their constraints created perfect conditions for health. Modern humans have choices that ancient humans didn't have. We can stay up all night under artificial lights. We can eat at any hour. We can keep our environments at constant temperature. We can maintain summer-like light levels year-round. But just because we can doesn't mean we should. Every deviation from natural rhythms comes with biological costs that accumulate over time. Circadian biology proves this rhythm is still hardwired in you, disrupted by modern life. Your genes contain clock mechanisms that expect to be synchronized by natural light-dark cycles. When these clocks are disrupted, gene expression goes awry. Hormones are produced at wrong times. Cellular repair happens less efficiently. The body becomes confused, unable to coordinate its thousands of biological processes properly. Tonight begins your return to ancient rhythm, one sleep at a time. Feel yourself aligning with patterns older than human civilization. Feel your body recognizing this natural rhythm, this proper timing, this biological rightness. You don't have to change everything immediately. Just this: tonight, sleep in complete darkness. Tomorrow, get sunlight in your eyes soon after waking. These two simple practices begin resetting your circadian clock toward the rhythm your biology expects. The research is clear and consistent. People who live in rhythm with natural light-dark cycles have better sleep quality, better mood, better metabolic function, better immune function, better cognitive performance, and longer, healthier lives. The intervention is free and available to everyone. Simply align your behavior with the sun's cycle as much as modern life allows. As ancient humans surrender to natural sleep timing, your body remembers and responds. Feel yourself sinking deeper into rhythm, deeper into the natural pattern, deeper into alignment with the Earth's rotation and your body's ancient expectation.
This is coming home.
This is remembering what your cells have always known. This is the foundation of health that no pharmaceutical intervention can provide. Your bedroom can become a cave, dark, cool, safe. Your morning can include sunlight exposure. Your evening can dim gradually rather than staying bright until the moment you try to sleep. Your meals can align with daylight hours. Your activity can match your natural energy peaks. These changes are simple but profound, returning your biology to the conditions it was designed for. The ancient rhythm still beats in every cell. Your heart follows circadian patterns, pumping more efficiently at some times than others. Your liver metabolizes differently depending on time of day. Your immune system functions on circadian schedules. Your brain performs different maintenance tasks during different sleep stages that must occur at correct times. Every system in your body expects to operate in rhythm, and every system functions better when that rhythm is honored. Tonight, release the chaos of modern arrhythmic living. Release the confusion of constant light and temperature control. Release the disruption of eating at all hours and sleeping at irregular times. Surrender to the ancient rhythm that wants to guide you. Let your body find its natural timing. Trust the wisdom of 400,000 years of evolution. Sleep now in rhythm with the turning earth, held in the ancient pattern that has sustained human life since our beginning. As consciousness fades and sleep deepens, feel yourself part of the eternal rhythm. Sun and moon,
Light and dark.
activity and rest, eating and fasting, summer and winter. Your body knows these rhythms intimately. It's been following them since before you were human.
Trust them. Honor them.
Return to them, and wake tomorrow with energy that comes from being finally, blessedly, perfectly in rhythm with the natural world that created you and still sustains you. Sleep deeply now in nature's perfect rhythm, your body doing what it was designed to do at this hour. Repair and regeneration accelerating, hormones optimizing, brain consolidating memories and clearing metabolic waste, immune system strengthening. All of this happening automatically because you've aligned yourself, if only for this night, with the ancient rhythm that makes life possible.
Rest now. Heal now.
Trust now in the wisdom of perfect timing. You don't need to live in the Ice Age to access ancient wisdom. Ancient wisdom is simple. You already know what to do. Feel that knowing deep within you now, the instinctive understanding that has been temporarily covered by modern confusion, but never lost, never truly forgotten, always waiting to be remembered. Watch with me now as ancient practices transform seamlessly into modern applications. See how the wisdom of 400,000 years can live in your life today, not as museum artifacts or impractical fantasies, but as real, accessible choices that bring ancient health into your modern world. Ancient fermented foods become your morning yogurt or kefir. The same beneficial bacteria that kept ancient guts healthy can colonize your digestive system from foods available at any grocery store. Sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, miso, traditional yogurt with live cultures. These are ancient medicines hiding in plain sight, requiring no prescription, costing less than supplements, working better than isolated probiotics because they contain complex communities of beneficial organisms in their natural food matrix. Forest medicine becomes your afternoon tea. The plants, ancient healers gathered, still grow wild and many are available dried in stores or online. Chamomile for relaxation and digestive support. Peppermint for respiratory health and mental clarity.
Ginger for inflammation and nausea.
Elderberry for immune support. Each cup of herbal tea is a connection to ancient healing traditions, plant medicines that have served humanity for hundreds of thousands of years. Choose one ancient practice right now. Imagine it in your tomorrow. Feel how natural it becomes. Morning sunlight exposure within an hour of waking, just 10 minutes, resetting your circadian clock.
Evening dimming of lights, allowing melatonin to rise naturally.
Walking instead of sitting when possible, honoring your body's need for constant movement. Eating whole foods without ingredient lists, nourishing yourself the way your ancestors did. Which practice calls to you? Which feels most accessible, most natural, most right? Tribal storytelling becomes your evening wind-down routine. Ancient humans processed their days through narrative, sharing experiences with trusted others. You can create this practice through journaling, through conversation with family or friends, through voice recordings where you speak your day's experiences aloud. The format matters less than the practice of witnessing and processing, of not carrying undigested experience into sleep. The campfire becomes candlelight. You cannot recreate the exact conditions of ancient evening, but you can approximate them. An hour before bed, dim electric lights or turn them off completely.
Light candles.
The warm, flickering light signals your brain that day is ending, allows melatonin production to begin, creates the psychological transition from activity to rest. This simple practice, costing almost nothing, can dramatically improve sleep quality. Ancient community becomes intentional connection. You may not live in a tribe of 50 people who have known each other their entire lives, but you can prioritize meaningful connection with others. Regular contact with friends and family, not through screens, but face-to-face. Joining groups based on shared interests or values. Volunteering in your community. Creating rituals of gathering and sharing. Connection is medicine that costs nothing and heals everything. Tomorrow, sunlight exposure, whole foods, community connection, early sleep. These 4 practices alone would transform modern health if widely adopted. They cost nothing. They require no special equipment or expertise. They're simply returning to the patterns that human biology expects and requires. You can begin tomorrow. You can begin with one practice. You can begin gradually building a life that honors ancient wisdom while functioning perfectly well in the modern world. As ancient wisdom integrates into your life, tonight's sleep becomes medicine itself. Not just rest, but active healing, repair, regeneration. Sleep is the foundation of all health, the practice that enables every other aspect of wellness. Ancient humans prioritized sleep, protected sleep, honored sleep. Modern culture devalues sleep, sacrifices sleep, treats sleep as time wasted. This is perhaps the most damaging departure from ancient wisdom. Split screens appear in your mind's eye now, showing ancient and modern parallels. See them as seamless transformations, not oppositions. Ancient humans walking all day, modern you taking stairs instead of elevators, parking farther away, walking meetings instead of sitting meetings. Ancient humans carrying loads, modern you doing bodyweight exercises or lifting weights at the gym. Same principle. Daily physical challenge that keeps the body strong and capable. Ancient humans eating nose to tail from animals they hunted. Modern you including organ meats or bone broth in your diet. Seeking nutrient density rather than just calories. Ancient humans gathering diverse plant foods. Modern you shopping the perimeter of the grocery store where whole foods live, choosing variety and color in vegetables and fruits. Same principle. Real food, unprocessed, nutrient-dense. The food your body was designed to digest and use. Ancient humans sleeping in darkness. Modern you using blackout curtains or sleep masks. Removing all light sources from your bedroom. Ancient humans waking with sunrise. Modern you using a dawn simulation alarm or simply opening curtains to let morning light wake you naturally. Same principle. Alignment with natural light, dark cycles that optimize circadian function. Everything showing accessibility and hope. You're not trapped in modern dysfunction.
You have choices.
Every day presents hundreds of small decisions where you can choose ancient wisdom over modern convenience. Each choice matters. Each choice moves you closer to or further from the health that is your biological birthright. And the beautiful truth is that choosing ancient wisdom usually feels better, more satisfying, more natural than the modern alternatives we've been taught to accept. Modern person thriving with ancient principles shows what's possible. Health without pharmaceutical dependence.
Energy without stimulants.
Sleep without pills. Mood stability without antidepressants. Pain management without opioids. Digestive health without constant medications. Not because modern medicine has nothing to offer, but because foundational health comes from lifestyle, and foundational lifestyle wisdom comes from the patterns that kept humans healthy for 400,000 years. Integration completion means you understand now.
You see the path.
You know what to do.
Ancient wisdom isn't complicated or mysterious or requiring extreme sacrifice.
It's actually simpler, more natural, more pleasurable than modern lifestyle once you adjust. Your body recognizes ancient patterns and responds with relief, with improved function, with the vitality that modern life has suppressed but not destroyed. Wake refreshed tomorrow, ready to implement one ancient practice. Just one: morning sunlight,
Evening darkness.
fermented food,
Herbal tea. Walk in nature.
real food meal, moment of true connection. Which calls to you? Which feels like coming home?
Start there.
Let ancient wisdom enter your life, one practice at a time, gently, naturally, sustainably. Trust the process. Trust your body's response. Trust that you carry 400,000 years of biological wisdom that knows exactly how to thrive when given the right conditions. Sleep deeply now, knowing tomorrow brings opportunity. Opportunity to remember, to return, to reclaim the health and vitality that is your inheritance.
You're not broken.
Your body is not failing. You've simply been living out of alignment with your design. Alignment is available.
Ancient wisdom is accessible.
Change is possible. And it begins with rest, with sleep, with surrendering to the darkness and allowing your body to heal itself the way it has for hundreds of thousands of years.
Ancient humans had sleep rituals that ensured deep rest.
Create your sleep ritual now. What feels ancient and right for you? Feel yourself designing your own return to natural sleep, your personal practice that honors the wisdom of 400,000 years while fitting perfectly into your modern life. Watch a tribe's evening routine unfold before you. As the sun sets, painting the sky in oranges and purples, the day's activities naturally wind down. There's no abrupt transition from full activity to sleep attempt. Instead, there's a gradual, gentle progression that prepares mind and body for rest. This progression is ritual, repeated nightly, becoming so familiar that the ritual itself triggers the sleep response. The fire is built with intention, not just for warmth or cooking, but as part of the sleep preparation ritual. The gathering of wood, the arrangement of fuel, the lighting and tending of flame all become meditative activities that calm the nervous system and signal the approach of rest time. The fire's warm light provides perfect illumination for evening activities, while its red-orange spectrum allows melatonin production to begin naturally. Stories are shared around this fire. The day's experiences are recounted, processed through narrative, witnessed by the community. This is therapeutic discharge of the day's stress and stimulation. Ancient humans never carried unprocessed experience into sleep. They had built-in practices for emotional and psychological digestion. The stories aren't just entertainment. They're mental health maintenance, emotional regulation, stress management through social connection, and narrative processing. As you settle into your own comfortable space tonight, you're participating in this ancient practice. This video is part of your new ancient sleep ritual. Let it guide you to rest. Your modern sleep ritual can include the elements that ancient sleep naturally contained, processing the day through journaling or quiet reflection, dimming lights gradually, creating warmth and comfort in your sleeping space, engaging in calming activities that signal to your nervous system that safety and rest are approaching. Gentle touch is exchanged throughout the evening routine. Parents stroke children's hair. Partners massage each other's shoulders. Friends rest hands on each other's arms during conversation. This constant physical contact releases oxytocin, reduces cortisol, regulates nervous systems. Modern sleep rituals can include self-massage, particularly of the feet, hands, and scalp. The touch doesn't need to come from others to be effective. Self-administered touch with intention and awareness triggers many of the same beneficial responses. The sleeping area is prepared with care. Furs are arranged for maximum comfort. The space is checked for any potential disturbances or dangers. Temperature is adjusted by managing the fire and arranging sleeping materials. Everything is designed to create conditions of absolute safety and comfort. Your bedroom can receive this same careful preparation. Temperature optimized for sleep, typically cooler than daytime comfort. Bedding arranged perfectly, space cleared of clutter, and anything that might create subliminal stress or distraction. The tribe lies down together in close proximity, not alone in separate rooms, but surrounded by trusted others. The sound of breathing, the presence of bodies, the knowledge of being protected and accompanied all contribute to the feeling of safety that allows deep sleep. Modern isolation is unnatural. While you may sleep alone or with only one other person, you can create a sense of connection through awareness of your community, gratitude for those who care about you, recognition that you're part of the larger human family even when physically alone. Breathe in for 4 counts. Feel your lungs filling with ancient breath. Hold for 4 counts at the top, acknowledging the fullness. Out for 6 counts, the extended exhale that activates parasympathetic response. This is ancient sleep breath used by humans for hundreds of thousands of years to transition from waking consciousness to sleep state. Hold for 2 counts at the bottom, in the emptiness before the next cycle begins. This is the breath that signals safety, that tells your nervous system it's time to rest, that begins the cascade of changes leading to sleep. Continue this breath pattern. 4 in, 4 hold, 6 out, 2 hold. Feel each cycle taking you deeper into relaxation. Feel tension releasing from your face, your jaw, your shoulders, your entire body. This breath is medicine. This breath is ritual. This breath connects you to every human who has ever prepared for sleep by breathing consciously, slowly, with intention and awareness.
You're not alone in this practice.
You're joining a practice older than language itself. Your bedroom becomes a cave now, dark, cool, safe. All light sources eliminated or blocked. Temperature dropped to between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, the range optimal for sleep. Electronic devices removed or silenced, their electromagnetic fields and notification potential no longer able to disturb you. Your sleeping space becomes a sanctuary, a place where only rest happens, where your brain learns to associate the environment with sleep rather than wakefulness or activity. Create your protection ritual. Lock doors with intention rather than absent-minded habit. As you turn each lock, feel yourself creating boundary and safety. Arrange pillows with care, not randomly but deliberately creating the nest of comfort where you'll spend the next 8 hours. Check that everything you might need during the night is within reach so you won't have to fully wake to attend to it. These small acts of preparation are ritual, and ritual creates the psychological conditions for deep rest. Tomorrow night, return here. Let ancient wisdom guide you to sleep again. This practice can become part of your nightly routine. Not every night, perhaps, but regularly, a touchstone that reconnects you with ancient sleep wisdom. Let yourself look forward to this time, to this practice, to the journey back through time that carries you forward into restorative rest. Make this anticipated rather than obligatory, desired rather than required. The sleep ritual you're creating tonight can continue and evolve. Add elements that feel right to you. Perhaps a particular herbal tea that signals sleep time. Perhaps gentle stretching that releases physical tension. Perhaps gratitude practice where you acknowledge 3 good things from your day. Perhaps reading something peaceful and positive rather than stimulating or concerning. Your ritual is personal, unique, yours, but its foundation is ancient. The gradual transition from activity to rest, the preparation of space and body, the creation of safety and comfort, the surrender to sleep's approach. As you perform this ritual night after night, it becomes increasingly powerful. Your brain learns the pattern. The ritual itself begins triggering the sleep response before you even lie down. Pavlovian conditioning, but in service of health rather than dysfunction. You're training yourself to sleep well, using the same principles of association and repetition that ancient humans used instinctively because their evening routines were consistent, predictable, reliably leading to good sleep. Tonight, this video becomes part of your ancient sleep ritual. These words become the stories told around your fire. This guidance becomes the elders' wisdom shared at day's end. Let yourself be held by this ritual, supported by this practice, guided into the deep rest that your body needs and deserves. Sleep ritual complete. Mind and body prepared.
Ancient wisdom applied.
Now rest, now release. Now sleep. Ancient humans used symbols and rituals to feel protected during vulnerable sleep. Your amygdala still scans for these ancient safety signals. When present, deep sleep comes naturally. Imagine a protective circle around your bed now.
Ancient guardians watching over you.
You are completely safe. Protected by 400,000 years of survival wisdom. Observe a tribe preparing sleeping spaces as darkness falls.
This isn't random or casual.
This is careful, deliberate creation of conditions that signal safety to the primitive brain. Because sleep is vulnerability. When you sleep, you cannot watch for threats. You cannot run from danger. You cannot defend yourself. To sleep deeply, your ancient brain must be convinced that you are absolutely, completely safe. Protective symbols are drawn in earth around the sleeping area. Circles mostly, because circles have no weak points, no corners where danger can hide, no beginning or end where protection fails. These circles are physical and symbolic. They mark the boundary between the unsafe outer world and the safe inner sanctuary. Your primitive brain recognizes this boundary and feels reassured.
Inside the circle is safety.
Inside the circle is home. Inside the circle, you can sleep. Specific stones are placed at cardinal directions around the sleeping space: north, south, east, west. These stones aren't chosen randomly. They're selected for specific properties: size that feels substantial, color that feels right. Sometimes stones that have particular meaning or history for the tribe. The stones are anchors, markers, guardians. They create a perimeter of protection that the sleeping brain can sense even in unconsciousness. Children sleep in the center of the group, surrounded by adults. This is the safest position, the most protected location. Young and vulnerable in the middle, strong and capable on the perimeter. This arrangement is older than humanity itself, used by our primate ancestors and countless other social mammals. The deep brain knows this pattern, knows that being surrounded by trusted others while sleeping is the ultimate safety signal. Spears are positioned within reach but not threatening.
Weapons available but not intrusive.
This balance is important. The presence of defensive capability provides reassurance without creating the tension that comes from feeling actively threatened. Your modern equivalent might be knowing your doors are locked, having a phone nearby for emergencies, living in a safe neighborhood. These aren't paranoid precautions. They're reasonable safety measures that allow your primitive brain to relax into sleep, safe and protected, as humans have always been. Feel that truth settling into your bones now. You are not the first person to seek safety for sleep. You are not alone in needing reassurance before you can surrender to rest. Every human who has ever lived has needed to feel safe to sleep deeply. The need for safety isn't weakness. It's biology, hardwired into your nervous system through millions of years of evolution where sleeping unsafely meant death. Every detail designed to signal safety to the primitive brain. The circle boundary, the stone markers, the surrounding community, the available weapons, the checked perimeter, the prepared space.
Nothing left to chance.
Nothing left uncertain. Everything arranged to answer every question your amygdala might ask about whether it's safe to sleep. And when the amygdala is satisfied, when it stops its constant vigilant scanning, deep sleep becomes possible. Guardian assigned to watch through the night. Someone awake, someone alert, someone whose job is to notice any threat and wake the tribe if necessary. Knowing someone is watching allows everyone else to sleep without the need to maintain any vigilance. Your conscious mind can fully disengage because the tribe's consciousness remains partially active through the guardian's awareness. This is shared security, distributed vigilance, the way social mammals have slept for millions of years. Your modern sleep space can incorporate these ancient safety principles. Create your protection ritual before sleep. Lock doors with intention, feeling yourself creating a boundary between inner safety and outer uncertainty. Close windows or leave them open depending on your assessment of what makes you feel most secure. Check any areas of your home that might hold uncertainty in your mind. This isn't paranoia. This is respect for your biology's need for safety verification before sleep. Arrange pillows with care and intention, not just for physical comfort but to create a nest, a protected enclosure within the larger protected enclosure of your bedroom. Use pillows to define your sleeping space, to create boundaries, to form a soft fortress where you can surrender completely to rest. The physical structure of your sleeping nest signals safety to your primitive brain, even though it provides no actual protective value. The symbolism is what matters. Create your protection ritual now. Imagine it in detail. What actions will you take to signal safety to your nervous system? What small ceremonies will mark the transition from the potentially unsafe world to the completely safe sleeping sanctuary? Lock the door and speak a word of thanks for the security. Close the curtains and acknowledge the privacy they provide. Arrange your pillows and recognize the comfort they offer. Light a candle and then extinguish it, marking the transition from day to night, from light to healing darkness. Place objects of meaning near your bed. Not just functional items, but things that carry psychological comfort. A photo of loved ones. A meaningful object from your travels or life. Something from nature like a shell or stone. These objects serve the same function as the ancient stones placed at cardinal directions. They mark your space as special, protected yours. They create psychological anchors that your brain associates with safety and rest. Ancient guardians watch over your sleep tonight. Not literally perhaps, but the intention remains real and powerful. Imagine your ancestors, all those who survived to pass on their genes to you, surrounding your sleeping space with protection and blessing. Imagine guardian spirits or angels if that resonates with your beliefs. Imagine simply the goodwill of all who care about you, forming an invisible protective circle. The specific imagery matters less than the feeling it creates. You are watched over, protected, safe. Your bedroom is your cave. Make it dark, as caves were dark, complete darkness that allows melatonin to flow freely and sleep to deepen without interruption from light. Make it cool as caves were cool, temperatures slightly lower than daytime comfort, signaling to your body that it's time for the metabolic slowdown of sleep. Make it safe as caves were safe, enclosed, protected, defended against threats. Tonight, ancestral guardians watch over your sleep.
Feel their presence now.
Feel the protection of 400,000 years of human survival wisdom surrounding you like an invisible shield. Every ancestor who successfully slept and woke and survived to have children has contributed to your existence. Their collective wisdom and protection flow through time to guard your sleep tonight. You are held, watched, protected by love and wisdom beyond measure. Sleep deeply now in absolute safety. Your primitive brain satisfied that all threats have been checked, all safety measures confirmed, all protection rituals completed. Nothing remains to prevent the deep surrender of consciousness. Nothing blocks the healing rest your body needs. You are completely, absolutely, perfectly safe. And in that safety, in that protected darkness, in that guarded peace, you can release all vigilance and sleep as humans have slept for 400,000 years. Deeply, restoratively, healing in the darkness while guardians watch over your vulnerable body.
Rest now, sleep now.
You are safe. Ancient humans faced greater threats but less chronic stress. They knew the secret. Your stress response is designed for acute threats, not chronic worry. Ancient practices reset it. Feel yourself releasing tomorrow's worries now, trusting in the ancient wisdom that knows how to handle challenges, trusting in your own preparedness, even when your mind tries to convince you otherwise. A hunter faces tomorrow's dangerous mammoth hunt. In our minds, we might imagine him lying awake all night, anxious about the coming challenge. But watch what actually happens. Watch the ancient stress response that allowed humans to face genuine life or death situations without the chronic anxiety that plagues modern people. Facing much less dangerous challenges, physical movement to burn cortisol. This is the first and most important intervention. The hunter doesn't try to relax directly. He doesn't attempt to think his way out of stress. Instead, he moves. He walks the perimeter of camp. He practices throwing his spear. He gathers firewood. Movement is the natural completion of the stress response cycle. Your body produces cortisol and adrenaline to fuel fight or flight. If you then fight or flee, the hormones get used for their intended purpose and metabolize naturally. If you don't move, they circulate in your bloodstream, creating chronic activation and all its damaging health effects. Counsel with elders for wisdom. The hunter sits with experienced hunters who have faced mammoths many times. He shares his concerns, his fears, his questions. They listen with presence and attention. Then they offer perspective.
Yes, the hunt is dangerous.
Yes, people have been injured or killed in such hunts. But here's what experience teaches. The mammoth signals its intentions through body language. Here's how you read those signals. Here's how you coordinate with other hunters. Here's when to advance and when to retreat. The specifics matter less than the process, taking anxiety to wise others who can offer perspective and practical guidance. What challenge awaits you tomorrow? Imagine ancient elders hearing about your challenge. They nod with understanding. They've seen humans face challenges for 400,000 years. They've watched countless humans worry about outcomes that rarely manifest. They've observed that most anticipated catastrophes don't occur. They smile gently and say, "You're prepared enough.
You've done what you can do.
Now rest. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust that you'll handle what comes the way humans have always handled challenges, with the intelligence, creativity, and resilience that has kept our species alive through unimaginable difficulties." Ritual preparation for confidence. The hunter prepares his weapons with care. He checks every spear, every rope, every tool he'll use tomorrow. This preparation serves two purposes. Practically, it ensures his equipment is ready. Psychologically, it creates a sense of control and competence.
I am prepared.
I have done everything I can do to ensure success. Now I can rest. You can use this same principle. Prepare what you can for tomorrow's challenge.
Make your list. Gather your materials.
Rehearse your presentation. Do what's within your control. Then stop. Release. Trust that your preparation is sufficient. Evening release through storytelling and laughter. The tribe doesn't spend the evening before the hunt sitting in somber silence, contemplating danger. Instead, they tell stories, share jokes, laugh together. This isn't denial of the real danger. This is sophisticated stress management.
Laughter reduces cortisol.
Social connection reduces anxiety. Positive emotion creates physiological resilience. The hunters go into tomorrow's challenge with nervous systems regulated, stress hormones managed, social bonds reinforced. These factors make them more effective, more coordinated, more likely to succeed and survive. Then complete surrender to sleep, trust in preparation, acceptance of uncertainty, faith in tribal support. The hunter has done everything he can do. He's prepared his equipment. He's consulted with experienced elders. He's processed his emotions with his community. He's moved his body to metabolize stress hormones. He's laughed and connected. Now there is nothing more to do. Continuing to worry serves no purpose. It won't make him more prepared. It won't reduce the danger. It will only deplete the energy and focus he needs for tomorrow. So he releases, he surrenders to sleep. He trusts, tense every muscle in your body now. Make fists with your hands.
Curl your toes. Tighten your jaw.
Squeeze your eyes shut. Contract your abdomen. Engage every muscle you can consciously control. Hold this full body tension for a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then release completely. Let every muscle go soft and loose. Feel the wave of relaxation that follows release of tension. This is ancient stress reset, progressive muscle relaxation that works with your body's natural tendency toward homeostasis. Tension and release. The cycle that teaches your nervous system how to let go. The 3 things ancient humans did before challenging days. Physical movement to metabolize stress hormones. Seeking wisdom and perspective from experienced others. Creating positive social connection through storytelling and shared experience. You can do all 3 in 10 minutes. Brief walk around your home or neighborhood.
Phone call to someone whose wisdom you trust.
Watching or reading something that makes you laugh and feel connected. 10 minutes of ancient stress management more effective than hours of rumination and worry. Worry dissolution cycle completed now. You've acknowledged tomorrow's challenge. You've prepared as much as you reasonably can. You've sought whatever guidance or support you needed. You've engaged in practices that regulate your nervous system. Now, like that ancient hunter, you release.
You surrender.
You trust. Not blind faith that everything will be perfect, but wise trust that you'll handle whatever comes, that you have resources and resilience beyond what your anxious mind recognizes, that you're part of an unbroken line of humans who faced challenges and survived. Tomorrow, blessings spoken now into the darkness. Wake with ancient confidence. You carry 400,000 years of survival success in your genes. Every challenge your ancestors faced, they overcame. Every obstacle in your lineage, someone navigated successfully. You are the descendant of the most successful problem solvers, the most resilient adapters, the most creative survivors in the history of life on Earth. Tomorrow's challenge, whatever it is nothing compared to what your ancestors overcame. And they overcame those challenges with fewer resources, less knowledge, and much more actual danger than you face. You have everything you need. You are ready. Now rest. Ancient elders nod their approval as you release tomorrow's worries. They smile with confidence in you. They know you'll succeed, not because success is guaranteed, but because you'll handle whatever outcome occurs with human resilience and adaptability. They've watched humans face uncertainties for 400,000 years. They know how this works. The anxiety you feel tonight will seem unnecessary tomorrow when you discover once again that you can handle what comes. Save your energy for meeting the actual challenge rather than fighting imaginary scenarios. Sleep now. Restore now. Wake tomorrow with ancient confidence flowing through every cell. You've journeyed through 400,000 years tonight.
Ancient wisdom now lives in you.
Feel that truth settling into the deepest part of your being. You were changed by this journey. You are connected to something vast and timeless. You carry forward wisdom that has sustained human life since before we were fully modern humans. This is not information you've learned. This is memory you've awakened. This is inheritance you've claimed. Final scene appears before your inner eye now. A tribal elder places weathered hands on a young person's head in a gesture of blessing and transmission. The elder's eyes are deep with knowing, soft with compassion, clear with certainty. Around them, the tribe sits in circle, bearing witness to this moment, supporting this transmission with their presence and attention. The fire has burned down to glowing embers, providing just enough light to see faces, but leaving most in shadow and mystery. The elder speaks, and though you cannot hear exact words, you understand the meaning. You carry the strength of all who came before. Every ancestor who survived famine, disease, injury, conflict, climate change, migration, and countless challenges you'll never know about has contributed to your existence. Their DNA is your DNA. Their resilience is your resilience. Their survival capacity is your survival capacity. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are the living embodiment of 400,000 years of successful adaptation to whatever life presented. Sleep in their wisdom. Let their accumulated knowledge guide you through the darkness of this night and all nights to come. You don't have to figure everything out alone. You don't have to rely solely on your individual lifetime of experience. You have access to collective wisdom spanning hundreds of thousands of years. Trust it. Listen for it in your intuitions, your instincts, your body's responses. Your ancient brain often knows things your modern mind hasn't figured out yet.
Sleep in that wisdom tonight.
Let it work on problems your conscious mind can't solve. Let it process and integrate everything you've learned. Let it guide you toward health, healing, and wholeness. Wake in their power, the same power that carried humans out of Africa to populate the entire planet. The same power that survived ice ages and adapted to every climate from Arctic to desert. The same power that created language, art, tools, culture, and civilization. That power lives in you, not as potential that might someday be activated, but as current reality that's operating in your life right now. You survive today, you'll survive tomorrow. You have power beyond your conscious awareness. Wake tomorrow and claim it. Wake tomorrow and trust it. Wake tomorrow and use it to live the life you're meant to live. The ancient ones walk with you, not metaphorically.
Not symbolically, actually. In your DNA, in your cellular memory.
In your mitochondria that have passed unchanged from mother to child since before humans existed. In your immune system's memory of pathogens encountered by your ancestors. In your gut microbiome inherited from your mother. In the structure of your brain that developed according to patterns established millions of years ago. The ancient ones are not separate from you. They are you. You are them, continuing forward through time, still living, still surviving, still thriving. Camera pulls back now, showing the entire scene from above. The tribe sleeping peacefully under stars, breathing together in the rhythm of rest. The fire's final embers glowing softly, providing just enough warmth to be comfortable. The circle of stones and symbols marking protected space. The guardian sitting wakeful at the edge, watching over all. The children nested safely in the center. The elders on their comfortable furs, faces peaceful in sleep. The strong adults arranged protectively around the perimeter. Everything in its right place. Everything in its right relationship. Everything expressing the perfect pattern of human community at rest. Protected, connected, whole. This is how humans slept for 400,000 years. Not in isolation, but in community. Not in fear, but in safety. Not fighting sleep, but surrendering to it. Not drugged by medications, but naturally tired from full days of meaningful activity. Not disrupted by artificial light, but darkness blessed and naturally cycling through sleep stages. This is your biological inheritance. This is what your body still expects and needs. This is what becomes possible when you honor ancient wisdom in modern life. Time lapse showing night passing peacefully over the sleeping tribe. Stars wheeling overhead in their ancient patterns.
Moon traversing the sky, its light silvering the landscape.
The fire dying down to ash and cold stone. Subtle shifts as sleepers turn and settle into deeper comfort. Breathing visible in cool air. The rhythm of life continuing even in sleep.
Hours passing in seconds.
The full span of night compressed into moments. And through it all, the absolute peace of humans sleeping naturally, safely, completely. Dawn beginning to break now, first light touching the eastern horizon with pink and gold. The guardian rises, stretches, moves quietly among the sleepers, gently touching shoulders to wake them. They rise gradually, naturally, bodies having received the full rest they needed.
No alarm shocks them into stress hormones and confusion.
No sleep debt from insufficient hours. No grogginess from sleeping out of sync with circadian rhythms. They wake refreshed, restored, ready for another day. This is how humans woke up for 400,000 years. This is what becomes possible when sleep is prioritized and protected and honored. Everything conveying completion, safety, and continuity. The night has ended. The tribe has survived another darkness. Morning brings renewed energy and opportunity. Life continues. The cycle completes and begins again.
This is eternal.
This is unchanging. This is the pattern that underlies all human existence.
And you are part of it.
You have always been part of it. You will always be part of it, safe and warm in ancient wisdom. Feel those words settling into you like a mantra, like a prayer, like a lullaby from before language. Safe and warm in ancient wisdom. Your body recognizes these words as truth. Your nervous system responds to them with relaxation. Your mind quiets in the presence of their certainty. Safe and warm in ancient wisdom. Let them be the last conscious thought you carry into sleep. Let them be the bridge between waking and sleeping. Let them be the blessing that guides you into the healing darkness, protected by ancestral knowledge. 400,000 years of survival wisdom surrounding you like an invisible shield. You are not alone. You have never been alone. You will never be alone. You are held in the continuity of human experience, the unbroken chain of life that stretches back to the beginning and forward into the unknowable future. Protected by ancestral knowledge tonight. Let that protection be real for you. Let it comfort you. Let it allow the final release of all vigilance so you can sleep deeply, completely, safely. Healing in sleep's ancient embrace. This is where your body does its most profound work. This is where repair happens, where growth occurs, where learning consolidates, where emotions integrate, where immune function peaks, where hormones balance, where toxins clear, where tensions release. Healing in sleep's ancient embrace, not fighting or striving or trying, just surrendering, just allowing, just trusting that your body knows exactly what to do in this darkness, that it's been doing this successfully for hundreds of thousands of years, that it will do it perfectly again tonight. May you sleep as they slept, deeply, safely, completely. This is the ancient blessing, the wish spoken over humans preparing for rest, since humans could speak wishes. Deeply, accessing the restorative sleep stages where healing is most profound. Safely, with primitive brain satisfied that no threats exist. Completely, with no part of consciousness held back in vigilance or worry. May you sleep as ancient humans slept, and may you wake as they woke, refreshed, restored, ready for life. You've joined the tribe of modern humans reclaiming ancient health. Thousands of people just like you all over the world who are recognizing that modern civilization has led us away from patterns of health and toward patterns of disease. People who are choosing to remember. People who are choosing to return. People who are choosing to reclaim their biological birthright of vitality, resilience, and natural wellness. You are not alone in this journey. You are part of a growing movement of humans returning to ancient wisdom while living fully in the modern world. Let go completely now.
This is the moment.
This is the transition. Everything that needed to be said has been said. Everything that needed to be learned has been learned. Everything that needed to be remembered has been remembered. Now there is only release.
Only surrender. Only the gentle dissolution of waking consciousness into sleeping consciousness. Let go of thoughts.
Let go of awareness.
Let go of control.
Your body knows what to do from here. Drift into ancient rest. Feel yourself floating, weightless, timeless, held in something vast and eternal. The boundaries of your body becoming soft and permeable. The sharp edges of waking consciousness becoming blurred and fuzzy.
Time losing its meaning.
Space losing its structure. You are drifting, dissolving, becoming one with the darkness that has held sleeping humans since the beginning of our species. This darkness is not empty. It is full of healing, full of restoration, full of the deepest medicine your body knows. The ancestors watch over you now in this liminal space between waking and sleeping, not with judgment but with love, not with demands but with blessing. They see you making your way through modern challenges with ancient wisdom. They see you remembering what was almost forgotten. They see you choosing health, choosing wisdom, choosing the patterns that kept humans thriving for hundreds of thousands of years.
They are proud of you.
They are with you. They will guard your sleep tonight and all nights. Good night, ancient soul. You are recognized. You are seen. You are known as what you truly are, the continuation of an unbroken line of survivors, carriers of wisdom older than civilization, holders of resilience beyond measure, ancient soul in modern body, negotiating the challenges of contemporary life while remembering the eternal truths that transcend all times and places. You are ancient. You are timeless. You are exactly what you were always meant to be. Good night. The blessing is complete. The circle is closed. The ritual is finished. Sleep comes now as natural consequence of everything that has prepared you for this moment.
All the comfort phrases, all the ancient wisdom, all the reassurances of safety, all the connections to ancestral knowledge have done their work.
Your nervous system is in parasympathetic mode. Your melatonin is flowing. Your body temperature is dropping. Your brainwaves are slowing. Everything is aligned for deep, restorative sleep. The fire fades to embers, final sparks of light dying in the darkness. Watch them with your inner eye. Watch the orange glow dimming, cooling, returning to darkness. The embers pulse with fading warmth, each pulse slower than the last, like a heartbeat gradually slowing, like breathing gradually deepening, like consciousness gradually fading. The last embers die. Darkness is complete. Only the stars remain, distant and eternal, bearing witness to another night of human rest. Your breathing slows to ancient rhythms now without effort or intention. Your body taking over completely, breathing you while you release all conscious control. In for 4, out for 6, the pattern continuing automatically, naturally, perfectly. Each breath taking you deeper, each exhale releasing more. Each cycle of breath a step further into the healing darkness where your body does its deepest work. Consciousness dissolves into the same darkness that held humanity for 400,000 nights. Not the darkness of fear or danger, but the darkness of rest and restoration. The darkness of the womb, the darkness of the cave, the darkness of deepest sleep where healing happens. This darkness is medicine. This darkness is blessing. This darkness is exactly where you need to be right now in this moment on this night. You are home in this darkness.
Home in your body. Home in your biology.
Home in the patterns that sustained human life since before we were fully modern humans. Home in the ancient wisdom that flows through your DNA. Home in the sleeping rituals of 400,000 years. Home in the trust that your body knows exactly what to do, that healing happens naturally when you create the right conditions, that sleep is the foundation of all health. You are safe in this darkness.
Nothing can harm you here.
The tribe surrounds you, though you cannot see them. The ancestors watch over you, though you cannot sense their presence consciously. The ancient wisdom protects you, though you have released all conscious awareness, safe, protected, held, guarded, blessed, whole, complete, exactly as you are meant to be in this moment of deepest rest. You are sleeping, now with the wisdom of the ages, every cell repairing itself according to instructions written over hundreds of thousands of years, every system optimizing itself according to patterns established long before modern civilization, every process happening automatically, perfectly, naturally. Your immune system strengthening, your brain clearing metabolic waste and consolidating memories, your tissues rebuilding, your hormones balancing. All of this without your conscious participation. All of this because you trusted enough to sleep. The ancestors give you permission to rest completely. You do not need to maintain any vigilance. You do not need to solve any problems. You do not need to figure anything out. You only need to sleep, to surrender, to allow.
The ancestors watch.
The ancient wisdom guides. Your body heals. And you simply rest in the darkness, held by 400,000 years of human experience, protected by the accumulated wisdom of countless generations. Good night, ancient soul. Words fading now into silence, meaning dissolving into wordless knowing. Communication ending as sleep begins. The last conscious thought drifting away like smoke from the dead fire, dissipating into the darkness, leaving nothing but pure being, pure presence, pure rest. Sleep now. Sleep deeply. Sleep completely. Sleep as humans have slept since the beginning. Sleep in wisdom. Sleep in safety. Sleep in the ancient embrace that has held every human who has ever lived. Good night. Sleep. You are sleeping. The words barely forming now, more feeling than language, more rhythm than meaning. Sleep.
Ancient sleep.
Deep sleep. Safe sleep.
Healing sleep. 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 The night holds you.
The darkness surrounds you. The ancestors watch over you. The ancient wisdom flows through you.
You are sleeping now, deeply, safely, completely, held in the arms of 400,000 years of human rest. Nothing left to do, nothing left to think.
Nothing left to be except sleeping, healing, restoring. This is the ancient rest. This is the primal darkness. This is exactly where you belong right now. Sleep, sleep, sleep. The final words fading into infinite silence. The last conscious awareness dissolving into the vast darkness of healing sleep. You are gone now into the depths. You are sleeping now with ancient wisdom. You are healing now in the timeless dark. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Good night, good night, good night.